notes a little bit. All right. Let's make sure everything's working. Okay. I should be live. Everything should be working smooth here. I need to find an overlay to put the live stream chat onto the OBS. I need to learn how to do that for the next time. But that's all right. Until then, we'll just leave it here. All right. Hey, what's up, A+ Trader? Welcome into the stream. Thanks for popping in. Can you please let me know if you can hear me okay? I hope that it's not too low, too loud. And I also have my little heater running, so I hope that that sound isn't too loud as well. Hey, what's up, Jared? I keep getting auto-liquidated after placing a trade. Ooh, I don't know if that's a tech issue. You should definitely reach out to, if you're trading with a prop firm, customer support. Yeah, so they can check into that for you, unless the account is blown. Hey, what's up, Siler? If that's how you pronounce your name, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but welcome in. Sweet, sounds good. Thank you, B. Dila. Merrily, thank you. Hey, what's up? Welcome in. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys can hear me okay. I couldn't find my mic that I purchased sometime, I think this past year or last year. I don't know where I put it. I misplaced it. It might have been lost during the move. So yeah, I hope I didn't accidentally throw it out or like donate it or something. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to buy a new microphone. But so far I've been just using my Mac mic just because it's already like built in and it's supposed to be a decent mic anyways. That's why I never tried to use the one that I purchased last year or something. So, hey, what's up, John? Oh shoot. Hey, I haven't seen you in forever. It's so good to see you, John. Hey, chat. John C is an OG subscriber from when I first started on YouTube. Shout out to John for being such a real one and sticking around for so long. Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh, how are you, John? How is everything? Are you still trading? Are you still trading with Bullinox as well? Or just in general with Apex or or Top Step? I think it was so many different companies that we've gone through, but how is your trading going so far? Oh wow, I'm so happy to see you. Wow, that really made my night. But yeah, chat, John has been here since the get-go. John has seen me when I had terrible hair and I had no idea what I was doing on the charts to where I have decent hair now and I'm still kind of struggling on the charts. Oh, you messaged me on Instagram? Okay, I'll have to check because long story short, my DMs for Instagram, there's like different inboxes where DMs come into and I get so many. So I'm going to have to check back on there. But you're on Top Step. Nice. How is your Top Step journey going so far? My gosh, it's so good to see you. Thank you everyone for popping in with me. Again, another random stream. I hope that giving a little ping about 40-50 minutes ago or something, hopefully that gave you guys, a little heads up that I'm popping into the stream, because usually I just randomly come on to a live stream, and I know that for some people they comment after the fact or they DM me or something saying that they missed the live stream and all that. So hopefully it's like a heads up is helpful in some way. I usually don't plan out my live streams, but I will say in the coming weeks I'm definitely going to be putting it into my calendar block where I will be live streaming at least once a week. So I know last Monday I streamed, and then obviously today's Monday. So Monday nights so far are pretty good. I would like to try to do a second stream where it's a little bit more of not just like hanging out like this and charting on a random Monday night, but also maybe like middle of the week or like a live stream of when we have like a news release, just to kind of watch the price action, because I've caught myself performing very terribly during news releases, and it's happened a couple of times now where I'm starting to really see the pattern that I shouldn't be trading it. So I'm thinking if I live stream news events and releases like CPI or FOMC, then it would prevent me from wanting to place any trades on my accounts, because then I'll just be live streaming and just reading the tape essentially, or reading PA. So anyways, all right, let's see. Zach NS. All right, let's see. I'm blind. My glasses are like kind of, I don't even know. I think I've been staring at the screens for too long today. I've been watching your videos and never caught your live streams. I just want to say I think you're the most humble and honest trader. I switched from NQ to MNQ and it was the best thing. Aw, thanks, Zach, for tuning in. I definitely apologize that my live streams are so random. But I'm really glad you're able to make it in tonight. That's so awesome to have you here. And thank you for your kind words. I definitely think trading is a very humbling experience. At the end of the day, like, obviously some people are entertainers on here. Some people are good at masking their emotions. Some people are very good at, displaying their emotions. Everyone's different. But for me, I definitely want to just continue to stay humble to the whole experience of being in like the trading space, being pretty much a content creator, being on social media. Everything is just, it's really an opportunity for me to, it's just a blessing. It's a blessing. That's what it is. So very humble to everything that happens. Very happy for everything that has happened to me. The wins, the losses, everything in between. So I appreciate your nice words. But awesome. Yeah, M&Q, I heard micros make money for sure. There's a lot of micro traders out there. So I'm glad that it's working for you and your trading strategy. Yeah, Jared, it really is hard to like take it slow on a combine, especially when I think I could speak for like a lot of us traders where we want to kind of rush that process. I mean, I'm definitely, I'm a victim to that too. Like I tend to rush my evals. I'm much more aggressive on them. Everyone's different. Some people like to do, percentages, 1% on, 1% risk or something, 2% risk. I know a lot of forex traders talk in that kind of manner. But some people are also very, very quick with it. Some people are very slow. So it's for me personally, it is hard to be a little bit more patient in combines and evals. So I totally get you. John, struggling but enjoying. Oh, I mean, at least you're enjoying the process, and I'm just so happy that you're still trading and knuckling through. I will have to reach back out to you on Instagram after the stream. I still have to get back to Jeff. I haven't forgotten about Jeff. His email is literally flagged in my inbox. So Jeff, if you're in here, trust me, it's flagged. But yeah, I definitely have to get back to you. I'm just so happy to see you, John. Vince, price action. I still haven't activated my Combine to Express. Hey, take your time, dude. At least you know that it's passed and it's there. And I think when you pass, you don't get charged the monthly sub anyways, right? Justin, you had 2 weeks of green and then complete tilt. So tough, can be avoided. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. I think all of us traders know exactly what you mean. Prop firm traders and prop firm trading, it's, man, all it takes sometimes is just that one day to kind of fuck everything up, and it's unfortunate, but we pick ourselves back up after what feels like the end of our life, like the worst day of our life, and before you know it, you're back on stage and you're killing it again. That's actually what happened to me last week. I think if you guys are following along my journal posts on my YouTube, last week, the end of the week, the last 2 days specifically, it was rough for me. I couldn't get a hold of the market, especially with the election results and how it was impacting price action. It was so bullish, and finally we had a little bit of a pullback. It's like, can you really trust it that it's going to be a great short opportunity? And it just was running, and so yeah, I just couldn't keep up. So it was really rough for me, and being able to step away this weekend and really enjoy my weekend and enjoy myself, and coming back today, it just felt a lot better. So, definitely reflect on like what happened, but I would say like try not to stay too much in like that despair mode or feeling that it's the end of the world. At least the biggest thing is they're just prop firm accounts, and whatever you paid for those accounts, that's really what you lost. And it's not, however much profits you had, whether it was 5K, 10K, 30K, even 1K. Instead, it's just whatever you spend on those accounts, and thankfully they're pretty affordable for us to be able to get back on the saddle essentially. So it's all good. Let's just let's keep our head up and keep it pushing even on bad days. Hit my daily loss limit on MFFU. Does that mean I failed it? Daily loss limit. I believe with my funded futures, daily loss limit is always a soft breach. So if you hit the DLL, guitar guy, then it should just pause you until the next trading session. So if you hit the DLL tonight, that means tomorrow morning for New York session, it would still show that it's like temporarily closed. And then the day after, or I'm sorry, the next training session after, so tomorrow night, it should reopen for you if you still obviously have any more drawdown left to trade with. Let's see. Navaska 23, briefly highlight your risk management. It depends per trade, to be quite honest with you. 1-to-1s, usually 1-to-2s. If I'm very good in a trade, good entry type of thing, 1-to-3, but that's not all the time. So yeah, it really depends on the trade. If I'm doing a base hit, then like 200 to 200 is pretty simple. Sometimes 200 to 300, so like a 1.5 to a 1. I'm pretty comfortable with that. And then for bigger trades, obviously it just really depends on like the setup essentially. So yeah, let's see. Colin from NQ to MNQ was a game changer. Allows me to target better and trim wins. Heck yeah, dude. Taking your profits is never a bad thing. Partials, scaling in and out, like that's a win. That is a win. So that's awesome. Glad you're able to make that work for your system. Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in with me tonight on the live stream. I'm just catching up with a few more comments, and then I'm going to tackle the charts and set everything up for hopefully tomorrow's session and the day after, should those levels not get reached. I am drinking my little Starbies. I don't know if you can see it, hopefully, but it is a matcha latte with soy milk, and it's so good. It's so good. I actually just came from Starbucks on a working session. Right now I'm trying to work on a different business model, not in the trading space, completely out of the trading space, but for like a digital entrepreneurship kind of path. So yeah, I feel like I don't want to say I'm like hyped up on energy, because I don't really get affected by caffeine too much, but I think I'm just excited now to kind of pivot into the trading world and take a breather from that, because I was doing that for a few hours. So yeah. Is anyone else, by the way, in the chat or the viewers right now, like digital entrepreneurs, digital nomads, that kind of stuff? Not just in the trading space, like not just a trader, but do you guys have any online businesses, agencies? Do you drop ship? Just anything online? And if you do, like, throw it in the chat, because I would love to, see who's a fellow digital entrepreneur. Okay, where am I? I completely lost where I was. Okay, Felice Trader, Trader Michaels and Minis is the same, isn't it? I mean, essentially they are very, very, very similar. I mean, I would say the biggest key difference has to just be the profits that come per tick per point. But other than that, they're literally the same thing. So can't go wrong with either. Oh, John, always catch up with your trading. Never been far away. I appreciate that. I'm just really happy to see you here. So thank you for still supporting me since the last almost 2 years now. All right, where am I? Stoic told you not to trade elections. Yeah, you are not wrong, dude. It was after elections messed me up, for sure. It was so easy to just get into any long position and just hold it to whatever, to be honest. And especially because I had different BSL levels to the upside, and because obviously Trump won the election, it was too obvious that it was going to be super bullish, and I wasn't expecting to hit all-time high that quick, but like all the levels I had before, they just freaking got ran through. So that was crazy. All right. Mr. Profit, what are your setups? So I talked about this last stream last Monday, but I typically, I'm gonna try to go over them every time. But the two most simple setups that I usually go for is an attack, or not an attack. It's a retracement to the basing candle of either a drop base drop or a rally base rally, or it could be a rally base drop or even a drop base rally. Essentially, it's just always retracing to that basing candle. So as a quick example, let me see if I can find one. Now, it doesn't always play out, mind you, but I really do like those plays. Let me actually, okay, that's an electronic setup. Oops. Okay, let's see if I think I'm moving too fast. So I typically look for it on the 15 or the 15-minute time frame or the 5-minute. The 15-minute will give me a much bigger, obviously, like risk to reward because it's a much bigger movement. But on the 5-minute, you'll see them a bit more often. I think that's what I'm struggling to find one right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, this one's really ugly, but no, I don't want to give you that example. Okay, well this one works, but it's not the best. Just because, well, I mean, no, actually it does work. Okay, so we have a drop, base, drop. So essentially, once we have some indication that we have support, in this case, for this specific example, we have indication we have support, indication that bulls are stepping in. We obviously have some space from VWAP, which is something I talked about like last year. That is something I look at because when we're extending from VWAP, it's very obvious that we always come back to it. So simple things that essentially line up to show me that we have indication to come back to the basing, then it would take that long position up. So drop, base, drop. If we have indication of support, then I would want to take a long to target pretty much the basing. But because I'm not looking for, on the 5-minute specifically, this huge move, I mean, this is like 200 all the way from 130s, that's 70 points. Like, if I'm going for a base hit, and I know that, you know, bulls are stepping in for a quick move up, then I'll take my 10, 15 points. I don't need the full 70. So that's one of my setups that I do. You can imagine when it inverses on the 15-minute time frame, like I said, it's just much more points. But yeah, so that's the same. That's one of my setups. The second one that I like to do is the AMD. ICT AMD is like the easiest way to see a picture. So ICT AMD. It's accumulation, manipulation, distribution right there. So I don't actually say out like the whole word. I just stick with the acronym AMD. And for actually quite some time, I didn't even know what AMD meant. But anyways, the one that I like to use is this picture. This is literally the best picture ever. So from what I'm understanding too, and I was educated by some traders in my Discord group, because you know I don't know where this AMD setup comes from. And as a lot of traders know, a lot of concepts are kind of just reworded and rewrapped or whatever. So apparently there was, I think it's called Wyckoff, 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 had created this concept before. But I like the ICT AMD picture here because it's just a lot more simpler. So essentially, I just go for what it shows here. I mean, it's just that simple. So if I could try to find one here, we can use that. So my favorite one of the two is when we are coming down from a bearish move and then we're pushing back up. I really like the coming for the buy side liquidity. That's my favorite. So let's see if we have any. Okay, this one's going. So let's see if I can go on the 15-minute. This is Monday the 28th. Please don't move. Please don't move. Oh yeah, here. Okay. So essentially we have, where's my little thingy? Right here. Okay, so we have, right, the bullish move down, right? And then we have accumulation right here. Manipulation, it comes down, it sweeps the sell side liquidity. And then from there we have the push up, right? So there's one, it's technically supposed to be a pullback. I don't really know about that, but, or even actually, that's really ugly. Let me do this. Actually, no, we'll just do it. So like that, I guess you can call that a pullback. Something like that, essentially, and then going higher. So if we also look over here, we have this buy side liquidity. This is a very rough sketch, by the way. Okay, something like that. It's not the best picture. Oh my gosh, come on. Okay, just something like this, whatever. So we have the bearish move down, accumulation, and then we think it's going to break up higher, just grabbing, you know, the previous wicks here. It's kind of just a little consolidation zone, nothing crazy. This is an obvious push to the downside to grab the sell side, and also we have a crazy move to the upside, like a bounce off back into the zone. So for me, when I see this, I'm like, oh, okay, this is clearly just manipulation, and then we are breaking higher. You can look at, oh my gosh, there we go, this. So this was another buy side liquidity. This is a very quick, rough sketch. And then we're bouncing off of it, right? So then boom, we come for the next buy side liquidity, and then we're retesting off of it, and then we push higher for the highest buy side liquidity. So that's the two setups that I personally like to use day in and day out. And then if I don't see these two primary setups, then my backup ones that I know I can trust is the 20-40s rule and the 20s-80s rule. Very, very simple. So yeah, those are my two main ones. So hopefully that made sense. Okay, let's see, let's go back. Let me do a few more comments, and then we're gonna get into actually charting. I'm gonna remove all the things that I just did, because I just want to make sure everything's clean. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on comments, guys. Thanks, Satch, for getting to Top Frags comments. I appreciate you for that. Laquan Gilkey, are you going to start streaming on Asian sessions? No, I'm not. I don't trade Asian. I only trade New York, the New York Open, the New York market. Usually from about like 6:20, 6:25, or I'm really on the charts about 6:20, sometimes 6:15, and then I get off like within the hour. Jared, who did you learn from? I learned a lot from YouTube, a lot of YouTube, to be honest, a lot of trial and error. So I initially got started in the future space watching Trades by Matt. If you guys are familiar with him, I love him. His patience is impeccable, and he's such a humble and like calm dude, and he's funny, like especially with his more like recent dad jokes that he does on his stream. Love it. So I learned from him when I first started. That's how I got into Top Step as well. So he's a really good guy. And then from there, I just pivoted into more different YouTube videos in general. And then around, I want to say March, is when I came across a paid Discord group that I got into. And that's when I learned the basics of supply and demand. And I used some of what their course was teaching and developed my own thing with supply and demand. And then over time, I started to kind of get into more liquidity. As you can tell, like buy side and sell side, I really like that. And then, I mean, I'm about to hit 2 years into trading, so just some things started to stick better than others when it came to my personal trading, and it was just a lot more just trial and error, a lot of trial and error. And then playing a lot of like playing off my memories of what I can see from the chart, and obviously screen time and what works for me and my trading personality. That's kind of how I started to learn more, is when I started to understand myself. So those are like, that's the beginning. That's how I got started transitioning away from YouTube videos and like learning from other people, and started to learn just based off of my own instinct, my own trading personality and my trading performance. Yeah. Amatia. Oh my gosh, I recall that you had commented earlier, but like before the stream started, that you were waiting. So thank you so much for waiting to hang out. Yeah. So is that session value and profile? Great question. That is. What is this? How do I? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what this is. It's SVP. Okay, if I can somehow look up, how do I look up indicators? Is it this? Indicator templates? No. Indicators. Oh my god. I think it's session value and profile, if I'm not mistaken. It has to be session value and profile. I am so sorry, I don't even know the whole name for this thing. Settings? No, I was just there. Oh my gosh, can someone comment in the chat what SVP stands for? I think it's session volume profile. I'm so sorry, niece. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I love the SVP. It's super helpful. It gives me the point of control, value area low, and the value area high. So a lot, like pretty much where most of the orders are during that specific volume profile session of, oh my gosh, I think the matcha's hitting me. It gives me the value area low and high, as well as the point of control of that specific session and all of its orders. So it's very, very helpful to kind of indicate where all the orders are. And I love to tag it up with pivot points and just looking at the volume nodes. So yeah, that's what that is. I hope that helped. God. Identifying fake outs though, that's a great question. That one's really, it depends how long we've been in a consolidation zone, but I have definitely got caught up in a lot of consolidation zones. I mean, it happens like all the time, you know? One thing that has helped me though over the last 2 years when looking at consolidation zones is looking at Bookmap. So you can use the free one that's on YouTube and have it on a separate tab if you want, but it literally just shows you where all of the liquidities are. And you can see when they get bigger, when they get smaller, especially when they are trying to break out of a consolidation range or zone. So yeah, that helped me a lot with understanding a little bit more. And then also for time, obviously New York Open, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's a great time for it to break out of something, usually because there's so much volume that's flushing in within that first hour in general. Like the first 30 minutes to an hour is a lot of volume stepping in. So that helps a lot. I don't trade power hour though either, so usually we're breaking out of something there. Also, this is a great drop base drop, so we're dropping, basing, drop. As you can see, if I was able to go back in time to see why we had indication of support, or if I'm looking at the order flow on Bookmap and I'm seeing all the bulls are stepping in, or if you look at the volume node and stuff like that, you can use this as a target. So kind of pushing back into the basing. That's another example of one of my setups I talked about earlier. Thanks, Darian. Session volume profile. That's the one. So yeah. Okay, last one before I'm going to go into charting, because I know we've been talking almost 30 minutes now. USD INR, which pairs the best? I only trade the NASDAQ, to be fair. I also look at the ES, and within 2024, I've traded it more times than 2023. But it is not my primary instrument. My primary is NASDAQ. I just have a better feel for it. If it's better with my personality, I have more experience with it now. So this is my favorite number one pair. So, and you can literally get your 10 points so quick and be done with trading. So can't complain about that. Shoosh, I'm just so happy you're in here too, Darian. What's up, dude? What's poppin'? Oh man, Tommy, with your Top Step account, were you trading on Top Step X? I know that they posted a widespread thing that there was an issue. So if you are on Top Step X, yeah, definitely. If they haven't fixed it, or if they already give a time frame, I would just wait for them to fix it during that time frame. And if they haven't, if they're just not doing anything about it, I would reach out to their customer support team. They're very quick to respond to. So I'm so sorry about that though. Ooh, ASR, the giveaway. Oh, someone here has been paying attention. No, it's coming out real soon. I promise. There's just something that I have to do first in order to have it be released, and I'm gonna talk about it in a video. Okay, pretty much what I gotta do is make a video. I want to make a video about having that in it, but it's more so about something that I think is helpful in trading. So once that video goes out, then I'm gonna I'll have the giveaway released at the same time. So yeah, it's coming a lot sooner than you think. I just got the confirmation about the first giveaway. There's gonna be multiple giveaways, guys. Multiple giveaways. Thanksgiving is literally right around the corner, and I'm just very thankful to be in the position that I'm in now as a trader, as a content creator, as just a person in this community with all of you guys. And I'm very thankful for all the support you guys have given me. I'm thankful for just seeing all of you guys grow as well. Has been just such a huge motivation and inspiration to me as a person and as a trader too. And I'm someone that feeds off of like emotion and attitude, as you can clearly tell. Like, I'm a very emotional person. I've talked about it in my videos, on my posts, and I think you can tell by the way that I talk and just the way I am. Even in work, I'm a very big yellow person. If you've taken the color insights test before, I'm very big yellow, and I have green in my color insights. So essentially, I feed off of that stuff. So when I see you guys killing it, or even when you guys are having a rough patch, like, I feel it. Maybe also because I'm a female. Like, to be honest, like, us females are a bit more emotional. I think that's statistically and biologically proven. So, or maybe biologically is not the right word. Chemically? Whatever. Either way, like, we're a bit more emotional people. And that's fine. That's normal and that's okay. So anyways, going back to the question about the giveaway, I do have multiple giveaways coming out. And I'm so freaking excited for them to come out and to just be able to give something back to you guys and have it be a little bit more than just the past giveaways I've done, where it was like 3 accounts, or I think I did like 4 at one point. I did a cash giveaway to some of my YouTube members, which I know some of them didn't get back to me, so I couldn't give them the cash. But this is just another way of me just showing my thanks to all of you guys, and just thanks for trading, and this, again, the humble experience I talked about earlier this stream. So it's coming out probably in a few days, to be honest. So if you haven't already subscribed or turned on your post notifications, I would highly recommend for you guys to do so. And also check out my Twitter, follow me on Twitter, because yeah, I'm a bit more active on there when it comes to like posting things, just in general random stuff too. So yeah, check it out for sure. Okay, all right. Last comment, and then we're gonna go into charting, and then I'll come back to the comments. Okay, guys, so feel free to keep commenting, but I do need to make sure we get into the charting, because I know a lot of you guys are here for that specifically. And ESR, it's all good, like blowing your first account, your sim funded account, and wanting to get through another eval so that you can become funded again. We were just talking about that a little earlier, how for me personally, like, I tend to be more aggressive with evals, so I get what you mean, and how normal it is to like blow through accounts, but it's all part of the process, and I can promise you and guarantee you it's not the end of the world. You just have to like give yourself that space, like recognize your mistakes and what you did to put yourself in that position, and just work on that, and try to prevent that from happening, and so that it becomes less and less, where you don't blow as many accounts, and instead now you're getting more payouts, or you're keeping the account longer, that kind of thing. So it's going to be okay though. Take a big breather if you need to. The market's always going to be there. Prop firms are going to be here. There's always going to be a bunch of sales too. Like, it's always going to be here. But your psychology is something that, you take time to build, and you take time to, become good at, like managing. And if you allow like one bad day to control the rest of your trading week or your trading career, it's going to be hard to come out of it. So just take your time. It's always going to be here. But okay, I'm going to pause now on ASR's comment, and we're going to get into charting, because, why did my bestie text me? What happened? Oh my God. Ooh. Okay, well, I'll have to get back to her after. But let's take a sip of some matcha, and let's get into it. Yo, what's up, TX? Hey, so good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? How's everything? Everyone, shout out to TX. Chat, TX is also an OG just like John C. TX has been here since the get-go. Oh my gosh, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Thick and thin. So happy to have you in here, TX. How's everything going? How's trading? How's the family? How's the personal life? Keep me updated. Ah, man. Love TX. Absolutely love TX. Okay, let's start from the higher time frame and let's move down. So, dude, all-time high is crazy. 21,340. And also, chat, feel free to let me know if my audio is not good or if my heater is too loud because I have it on in the back. It's pretty darn cold in the house. So, yeah. Okay, so all-time highs are listed for both. Let's focus on NQ first. And I'm gonna go ahead and go full screen. Because even with glasses, I'm blind. So let's remove that. Is there anything else that we need to remove? Did this get hit? Nope. Okay, so sell sides are good. Let's start off with sell side and then let's work our way. No, I'm sorry. I'm contradicting myself. Let's work from the top down. So all-time highs, cool. This is a huge imbalance right here. Huge imbalance. Don't really feel comfortable to mark this whole thing. My God, that's a big one. So let's just remove that. Basing. Okay, I mean, I guess this could be our buy side for now. We'll adjust it if need be. But that's it. That's our buy side. Let's go down to the 2 hour. Yeah, all right. Nothing. 1 hour. Okay, 15. Cool. Okay, so let's do our 15. So we have this huge imbalance as well to the downside. So from 280, whoops, to 219, 220. So that's a good, like, also what I was talking about earlier as like my backup setups, 20 and 80s, like 20 to 40s for momentum plays, and then 20 to 80s for big plays. Like we literally have that just happen. So like we come all the way from 280s, we dropped all the way to 220s for the candle, like absolutely crazy. So we retested 50% of it already. So that's good to know. I'm gonna leave it just for the sake of tomorrow's session. If it gets filled, then I'll remove it. But just for tonight's session or streaming, I'm gonna leave it on here. So we have something to the upside. Now let's go to the 4 hour and let's get the sell side. So this is an obvious wick to the downside. Got our R3 pivot, bounce right off of it. Cool. Anything down here? We got a basing right here. This is a good little basing candle as well as this one. Pivots all the way down here. Let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah, I like this as our sell side for sure. And it lands right on the R3. So, yeah, that's nice. Here's that big imbalance we were talking about. We got a lot of these dudes here. This is an equal low, isn't it? Or just, yeah, equal lows right here. They look equal to me. Let's go to market. Okay. That's it. Wow, not much for me here. Okay, let's go 45. We got a little basing right here. All right, cool. Well, that already got ran through. I do like this basing. And that's where that 1 hour was, wasn't it? Let me try the 30 real quick. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do, just so I can see what that looks like on the higher time frame. No, it's higher than that. Okay. Alright, let's just remove it. I do like that basing though. I'll keep that in mind, but these equal lows make more sense for me. Have a little imbalance here too. We haven't retested that. Don't know if we're ever gonna get down this low. anytime soon, just because Trump's in office, expecting to be super bullish. Let me see what our previous all-time high was on a daily time frame. Okay, so previous all-time high was right here. Okay, that's where we are. So we're right now resting at previous all-time high. Let me change the color of this thing. Not text style. We'll make it also pink. Let me actually change the text too. Okay. Just so we have that noted. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, that's really all that we have to work with for right now. We just have big imbalances to the downside. So I'm wondering if we're going to get a sweep lower again, if we do end up rejecting. Like, is this considered... And then what if we come up here, reject the top and a sweep, you know, and then fill this imbalance right here? You guys know what I mean? Like, am I tripping or am I making sense? But, you know, maybe. Is that something we can possibly anticipate as a game plan? Maybe. So maybe for New York session, if we can have maybe some push up here in the 280s, a little bit of consolidation at the top, maybe sweep a little bit higher, and then come back lower. Or we had the bounce up, we can do... Actually already sweeped, right? So what if it's like an AMD setup? So what if we're going, let me go in the 1 hour. No, it's going to 15. So what if it's an AMD setup where it looks more like boom, 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 right? And then we have, let me delete this so I'm not confusing you guys too. Actually, I'm going to keep that down there. What if we have something like that? We have accumulation. So we have the bearish move down. Then we start accumulating into a range, right? What if we start ranging out a bit here? Something like this. Then we sweep higher, right? Boom, boom, boom. We sweep higher. We fill that imbalance. We come down and sweep this low. So then it would come, we'll go like this. It would come like that. Sweep the low for manipulation, and then what if we distribute right after that, right? We'll come for that same equal high, we'll break out higher, grab that liquidity, retest, come from the overnight or all-time high, reject below it, and what if we go higher, right? Possibilities. I'm gonna go purple just so we can see the difference. Yeah. Could even maybe move it down here more. Because you do have the buy side liquidity, it has to sweep first, right? So, let's see. That's where we're at right now. Just some possibilities I want to think about. So we have ideas for both sides. At least if we do end up having some type of head and shoulders idea or play out, then we have areas we can target. So we have sell side, we have this imbalance, able to still secure some points from this move down, right? And then if we go lower, cool, we can target this S3 or even this equal lows down here if we're still trading for whatever reason or something. If it goes the opposite direction, my targets to the upside, move it all now, would be the buy side right here. Obviously we have this imbalance that I deleted, so we do have, you know, up here at the 80s retest, and we also have all-time highs. So I have targets on both sides. That's how I want to end my charting session there. Very, very simple. Don't need anything else. Maybe tomorrow or in 2 days, given if we don't hit all of the targets by then, I'll probably hold another charting session for myself. But for right now, I'm very comfortable with seeing how this plays out. And going into tomorrow's session with these two ideas. And if there's not anything for news, let's see, Forex Factory. I just posted the calendar, the Forex Factory calendar on Discord. So if you guys aren't already in the news channel there, I did already post it. But just so I have for my sanity, today's the 11th, tomorrow is Tuesday the 12th, which is wage price. That's the only red folder. We have a speech at 2 p.m. This should be PST for me as well. Yeah, it's PST. So I'm not even going to be trading at this time. So it's just going to be yellow folder, nothing crazy. Wednesday, maybe Wednesday, have a bit more volatility. I would anticipate a little bit more consolidation for tomorrow's session, just so we can have a little bit more movement. And then maybe Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, we have red folder. So we have more opportunity for volatility, and then we could possibly see those game plans play out. So that is my charting session and what I want to focus on. We also have the spacing right here. How did I miss this? Look at this right here. This is literally perfect. So this could be another little dude that we can possibly target. Let me make that all white. I don't even know if basing is the right word, but base candle. Let's just do, just so no one comes for me in the chat. 15-minute base. You know what I mean? Perfect. All right, there we go. Very simple. We also have all these, look at these little lows right here. Oh, this was a perfect example of another attack on the base or target on the base. So I already gave you guys two examples earlier of a drop base drop. And then this could be a rally-based rally. So literally rally-based rally. We are obviously in this imbalance. We rejected off the 50% and we retraced back to where? To the basing. So yeah, I mean, that's another example of a setup that I use. So it's quite simple. I know maybe it's not as simple as it actually is, because you do have to consider if you know if there's support in areas or resistance in certain areas. But I think that's where knowing like your confluences that build up what your strategy works. And if you can understand like where the bears and the bulls are, then yeah. So anyways, cool. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the chat. Let me know if you guys have any questions about what I just charted and if it made any sense. But I just went over my 2 gameplays for the rest of this week, and also depending on our calendar when I'm anticipating for it to happen, which is more so Wednesday, more so Wednesday for the volatility. Tomorrow I would like to see, or I don't really want to see consolidation. I don't like consolidation ranges, but that is what I'm going to be thinking it's going to happen. And if it doesn't, totally cool. I'm still going to go for my base hits. And then for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, more volatility. Okay, cool. I'm done talking. So ASR was my last comment, so that I read. All right, so then Abdi Wahab, thank you so much for tuning in, and you got it, dude. Like, once you pass the eval and become funded, like slowly but surely, you'll start to see like your progress, and it'll become easier to pass an eval, and you'll pass it with more confidence too. So you got it. Yeah, session volume profile. Yeah, Nice Amatya. I really hope I'm not butchering your name, but yeah, the settings are default, I believe. So my VWAP, I'll just show you guys everything. So if in case you guys want to, copy it for whatever reason, but there's VWAP. And then session volume profile, 70 here. This is pre-market, market, and post-market. So I literally have different session volume profiles depending on which session we're in. So if it's pre-market, there's a specific volume profile for that. If it's open market, regular trading hours, and then post-market, so electronic trading hours. I have all of them. Cool. And then here's my pivots. So I don't care about 4 and 5 because it's not very often we go for 4 and 5. Even sometimes 3s are a little excessive, especially for the way that I trade. I usually P, S1, S2, R1, R2 is like the most common, but I leave S3 on just in case we might have a trending day. So that's all of the indicators I have on my trading view. And then I think I can show you my canvas. This is how like everything looks here. So yeah. Oh my gosh, what's up, Jeff? Oh, you went there again? No way. If only I met you now when you went, when I'm not sick anymore. So I don't sound like I'm dying, and I don't look as if I'm dying. So I hope you had a good time though. You must really like the food that much. I thought you were lying to me, or not lying, but I thought you were kidding when you said that you go there that often. But dude, I mean, you go off, dude. Go off. They're probably in business because of you. You should check out, I think it's no, not Shibumi. Tasty Pot. I really, really love Tasty Pot. I was literally just there not too long ago. But Tasty Pot is so bomb. It's not the same, obviously, as Momo. I'm pretty sure you've been at Tasty Pot also. But Tasty Pot is the spot. I get the Thai seafood tom yum one, just because it's like the biggest bowl and it comes with crab. So just if you're not allergic to seafood, can't go wrong. Abdi, how do you manage overtrading? Honestly, I sometimes don't. Sometimes, I'm human. I make mistakes. I know very much that I'm not an expert in this space, but you know what? Like, I overtrade too. Like, sometimes I'm like, dude, I need to stop trading. But some days it works out for me. Some days it doesn't. But I guess the key thing that helps me with not overtrading so much is when I have my Top Step X FAs, even my combines, being able to manually lock out is the most beautiful thing ever. Like, I kid you not, being able to manually lock out, it just forces you to not trade. And I think even on Tradeovate, you're able to have personal risk management like rules set in too, where it does lock you out, or it can do like a trailing profit thing. So even on our Trader Pro, like Rhythmic users on NinjaTrader, they have that option too. So if you put something in place that forces you to literally not be able to trade, yeah, that's, for me, that has helped a lot. That's why I was able to take out so many payouts at Top Step this year and be in profits with them, because locking myself out and not giving back the profits I made saved me more time than I could think. So yeah, definitely, if you can have the chance to put some rules in, I would do that. All right, how do you manage, or Daniel, can you explain how you use the pivots? Yeah, of course. So previously, I used to use pivots without the SVP. I used to use it like this. And I would use it more so as a target, especially if there's a breakout, if we have a momentum play, if there's a 20 to 80s play, if there's a play off of imbalances. I would use the pivot targets essentially as a profit target. So let's see if I can find like a quick example. Let's see. I mean, I guess we could just use this one. This is very hindsight, just because I don't have an example in hand to show you. But essentially, right, we have our pivot. So pivot P, you can consider that like the point of control. Like, that's the middle ground of when you go either higher or when you go lower, it's the middle ground of either direction, right? So this is like our base. So you can see that we clearly started above the base, quite high actually at R2. And as I mentioned earlier, it's not very often we always go to R3 unless, we have some type of trend movement. And we were clearly in a very high uptrend for the last couple of days. So, we're pushing new all-time highs, everything of that nature. And this was during pre-market, overnight. Or this was pre-market, 5 a.m. Right, so we went to all-time highs. So we're coming close to R3, not quite there, but even then we're extended very, very high. So at this point, for me, if I am looking for a possible pullback, which again, in hindsight, we are going to say that we are, we can go ahead and use the pivot targets as one of our plays. So we're extended off the R2. If you want to just target back to R2, you can use that as one of your targets. You can also use the 80s target, because 20 to 80 rule, which is actually the start of the imbalance. This is when market actually opens too. But if you didn't want, or if you wanted to use another pivot target, you can do the R1. And even then, if you're really holding for a short opportunity, like the basing is such a safe play. So I just use them as a way to kind of target my entries or even my exits. So yeah, That's kind of how I use it. I don't really think that was the best explanation, but essentially I just use them as like profit targets. More so now, I like it when it aligns with something else for more conviction. So in this case, if we're looking at the 15-minute pivot targets, because they're actually different. The pivot points are different across different time frames. So to show you that example before I go into what I was going to say, R1 here is at 260. If I go to the 1 hour, R1 is not at 260 anymore. R1 is at 314, right? So when you go to a higher time frame, usually, as you may know from your trading, it's always better to go off a higher time frame bias, and then you execute on the lower time frame. So in this case, higher time frame, we're already breaking through the first pivot point. We're off the basing pivot P by quite a bit here, right? So in that case, and it's all-time high. So in that case, if you want to break it down to the 15-minute, you can see we're about to break R3. So we'd want to see a pullback to the pivot, which it does happen. I forgot what my example was going to be, but yeah, anyways, that's how I use the pivots. When it aligns. Okay, so sorry, I'm all over the place. So when it aligns with something that gives me more conviction about my trade, so let's see if we can find something here. So again, hindsight, very, very clear hindsight right now. Right here we have, it's not perfectly aligned, but you get the idea. It's quite close, right? So we have the top of this candle, right? We have double bottom, a W shape pattern, and if we are looking for support here, which we did, hindsight obviously, we are pushing higher. So for target wise, like yes, if you don't feel comfortable to pretty much have the whole play for the breakout side, you can still see this as a consolidation zone, right? We're like kind of just ranging in here. Let me actually pull it back a bit more. Whoops. We're just kind of ranging in here, right? So we're going up and down, up and down. We touch the very top of it. We come all the way back down. And even then, we are touching these pivot points perfectly. So we had only once, and then we came back twice. We are finally going to break out using the pivot P as our bounce off zone because it's our basing. We already went to the downside enough based off the pivots. So now we're bouncing off of pivot P, our base pivot, and now we're going to shoot for the next R1. And then in this case, if you want the top of the consolidation zone, which is very likely because it's a consolidation range, we have the pivot point pretty much lined up to it. We have a double bottom, W-shaped pattern. A lot of things are essentially lining up for it to say like, hey, we are going to come for the top of the range. So that's like another way that you can use pivot points, and that's how I used to use it, and that I'm currently using it when it aligns with something else I'm already looking at. Liquidity is usually my number one thing that I like to target, and then if something kind of adds to that, like reason why I should target that liquidity, it gives me more conviction to stay for that target essentially. So hopefully that made sense. I went on a very long tangent for no reason. Oh god, no more matcha lattes for me at this time of night. Darian, females tend to be more risk averse, which tends to make them better traders. I did not know that. That is really good to know. Wow. Perks of being a female, I suppose. But yeah, no, I wish I had less emotions. I feel like that would also be so much more helpful with my trading. But okay, I think I cleared out everything. Okay, nice. All right, what's up, builder vibes? Welcome in, welcome in. What's up? What's poppin'? So good to see everyone in here. I appreciate everybody for stopping in. Such good vibes, good vibes. I hope you guys are killing it, by the way, taking your payouts. Don't forget to pay yourself. Excuse me, if you haven't already. Excuse me. Trader cult, do you trade any kind of ICT concepts? I guess, like, if you want to call imbalances, I mean, it's all wording. In my opinion, it's wording. If you want to call it an ICT concept, by all means, go for it. I call it an imbalance. I call it what works for me. But this thing right here, like this big imbalance to the downside, there's a gap fill here too. So that was another reason why I went short. I forgot to mention that. But we have this imbalance. You can call it a fair value gap. Some people do that. Some people call, I think there's an inverse fair value gap as well, which is, because I've seen that more often, like on social media. I still call it an imbalance no matter what, just because that's what I'm used to calling it. So, anyways, you could consider that an ICT concept, I suppose. The ICT AMD that I went over like previously in the stream here, that's literally an ICT concept. I like the way that the picture looks, to be honest with you. It just works so well. I'm gonna go back just to show everybody. I absolutely love this picture. I'm a big visual person, so yeah, this is yeah, super good right here. So if you consider all of that ICT, if you consider me going for liquidity sweeps ICT too, then I suppose so. But I don't really call them ICT concepts, except for obviously the ICT AMD. This is clearly something I'm right here. It says it right there. Other than that, no, like I consider myself, I don't even know what I consider myself, just a trader. Oh my gosh, upsets to assets. What? Upsets? I mean, upsets to assets. Dude, what is up? Oh my gosh. Chat. So John C and TX are OG subs for my whole entire trading career since I literally started on YouTube. So going on almost 2 years strong. So big W's to them. Thank you, Darian, for shouting out TX. But also more recently, upsets to assets has been like super duper like active in the community space, as well as Darian. So shout out to Darian and upsets to assets for, you know, sticking around, and also obviously Jeff, you know, for my first ever subscriber I've met in person, just randomly at a restaurant. So shout out to everyone, like freaking love our community. Love our community, dude. As you can see, I'm a big fiend off of energy. So I'm living off of this right now. Now imagine if I had my drink right now. Oh, if I had a little bit of alcohol right now, oh, I would feel so much better. Especially because I'm not sick anymore, so I'm not on antibiotics, so I can drink. But I'll just drink my matcha for now. But what's up, dude? Yeah, dude, basing candles are everything. Like, they're so simple. And, like, as long as you're able to start to see some type of retracement to your basing, that's all you need. And maybe I'm making it more simple than it sounds, but it really is, like, quite simple. You don't need no crazy, like, things to go after a base candle. So I love it. I'm so glad that we're on the same page about it. All right. Dude, yeah, stoic male, every time we think market will go down, it gets bullish. Seriously, dude. Let me actually pull up Ethereum, because I actually do want to go over crypto a little bit, you guys. I know that I'm more specific and focused in on futures trading on my channel, but I do want to slowly start to venture out into different entrepreneurial spaces and different like financial spaces. So that's why earlier I was asking if there's anyone that's like a digital entrepreneur or like an online or digital nomad or, you know, all that stuff, because I'm really pushing more into that space. I have a few digital businesses that I'm already have set up and that I'm trying to start building now. So crypto is like, I want to start talking a little bit more about it on my channel, but I don't think enough people are even interested in that. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. I'm not a big crypto person, trust me. I'm more of like just buy and hold. But if you guys are interested in it and you guys can see value from crypto, and especially because like obviously Bitcoin hit like 87K today, 88K, and Ethereum's on its rise, like, dude, why would we not talk about crypto? Okay, so yeah, let me know what you guys think while I'm reading the rest of the chat here. Hey, thanks, Simon. I appreciate it. Yeah, last couple months have been really insane with the payouts. 2024 has been really insane. So hopefully 2025 is going to be 2x it. That'd be great. What's up, Kyle? Thanks for stopping in. Dexter, I am trading CL. Is that crude oil? I believe. This Philippine noon so far up 200 in my challenge account. Fell asleep after Trump was elected and made too much money for Top Tip. What a problem to have, to make too much money. Like, I love that for you. Congrats on making some money on your challenge account though. Heck yeah, Colin. Yeah, the lockout feature is the best. It literally saves lives out here. All right, Jeff, haven't been a tasty many times. It's good. Yes. Yeah, that's the one. There's that one. And then there was another one in Convoy, but I think it was like during the pandemic. It was a couple years ago, but it burnt down. But there was another one in Convoy. But the current open one that's open, yeah, it's Amir Mesa. So yeah, it's so good, dude. It's so good. You can't go wrong with Tasty Pot. Maybe I'm hyping it up too much. I'm not even partnered with them. Like, they should give me a free bowl for this. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Kyle, I talk too much, but thank you. I'm glad you like my tangents. That makes me feel so much better. Johnny, what's up, Johnny? Welcome in. Risk is really dependent on the setup I see. That's pretty much it. Risk is also dependent on the amount of drawdown that I have. It's not the same across the board. It's very different. I know some traders are super strict with their risk to reward or their risk management. But for me personally, it really just depends. It depends on the entry, depends on the target, depends if we're in a consolidation zone, again, how much drawdown I have. So yeah, but usually, at least when it comes to R&R, I can go as far as like a 1.5 to 1 all the way to like a 1 to a 2. So all right, Nice, do you think 5 minute might be head and shoulder? Ooh, let's go look. Let's go take a lookie. Let's take a lookie. Are you talking about this, Nice? Something like this. That was not good. There we go. Are you talking about something like this? I mean, I don't know. I would want to see this kind of come up more, like at least here, or maybe like sweep this liquidity for it to be a head and shoulder. But I mean, if it does continue to sweep lower, like if it breaks this low right here, then I don't see why it wouldn't be a bad short. So, especially if we're like rejecting this imbalance area and it continues to break lower, like, yeah, that's definitely a good possibility, you know, if we kind of break this here. So, yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty solid if it works out right there. This is a bull flag. What am I doing? I'm not even trading. I'm looking at bull flags and okay, let me remove that. Okay. But yeah, I do think that's a good, like, if we're able to break lower. I don't see why not. We have so much liquidity right here too, dude. So much. And even here, we can come to this target here. Plus 20s, 80s. See, we rejected the 20s. It could push into the 80s where all the liquidity is. But just because, you know, time of day, like, yeah, I don't trade this time, so. But I don't see why not. I mean, this looks like a good AMD so far to me, too. All right. Where am I at? Holding Doge. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, let's actually get into crypto now that you mentioned that, Nice. Yeah, let's see if we break this low here. If we break 90, that'd be so sick. And then we could push into 80s. But anyways, let's go into our Ethereum. Yeah, I remember I was holding Doge too, like, years ago. And my God, that thing, like, ripped. So I'm excited to see if it's going to rip again, especially because Elon was endorsing, obviously, Trump. So Tesla, like, went on a full-on bullish rampage, obviously, as the rest of the market did. So, yeah, so Ethereum right now, I have all these higher levels kind of played out, or leveled out. Marked out. My previous BSLs, obviously, they all have been hit, and I've removed them as we've gone up. But yeah, we are so close to hitting this next one right here at 3396. So freaking close. And I have my next one marked up here. And then my next one right above that, 35. Then this is almost an equal high right here, very close to an equal high. We do have a little imbalance here that I did not mark, just because it was too much of a gap for me and I didn't feel comfortable to leave it marked. But we do have that imbalance, and then obviously if we break higher and higher, oh, I did not mark this. So yeah, if we continue to have this bull run with crypto, we have so many targets to the upside, and then obviously if it all fails, we do have this crazy level of support down here. Oh man, there we go. Right there. I mean, even lower right there. Keep going, and we can just keep on going lower, you know. But I know crypto is very sporadic. It's going to do its own thing. But I just have a little bit more faith right now that we're gonna actually just keep crushing higher, especially because Bitcoin is so freaking high, and with that kind of push, I don't see why it would not like push into the rest of the market. You know what I mean? Like, we're about to hit 90K. That's crazy. So I don't see why, if people do start selling from Bitcoin, why they wouldn't reinvest into altcoin, and then we have an altcoin pump rather than just the Bitcoin pump. So anyways, I do have some Ethereum. Those are my levels that I have listed out. Oops, that's ES. That I do hope get hit. And probably as we approach like the 36s area is when I would consider to start to sell a little bit of my Ethereum. And then more so, obviously, I want to try to hold the rest if we were to break all-time high, or at least come up to these 2 BSLs up here. But this is all like just pulling this stuff out of my butt right now. So yeah. And then I do have some holdings here in FET. So this is AI. And I really like this project. I do feel like we have some potential here. I don't know why this is not marked out. To be fair, I also didn't chart this on my laptop. I charted it on my phone. But yeah, like, I feel like we have some potential. I mean, we've been holding this really strong uptrend. Let me go on the daily time frame. Right, so we had a pretty strong 1, 2, 3 tap, right? And then obviously because altcoins are pumping due to Bitcoin, due to Ethereum going up, I would like to see this continuation to the upside. I want to see this break, these BSLs. As we start to approach around the $2 mark, I might consider to go ahead and take some sells off of my position. And then as we push into higher, almost $3 range, I would love to actually get rid of more of it. And then maybe just hold a little bit more for the long term for however high it wants to go. I mean, I would like to see this push at like $10. That'd be great. But I don't know about that. So I do have quite a bit of coins with this one compared to Ethereum, because Ethereum is too expensive. So that's kind of like my outlook on crypto, because I wanted to cover that for today's live stream just for fun. So yeah, Ethereum and AI coin. I do have, what else am I holding? I know I'm holding, just because they were like crap coins that I had. I think it was CEL. Was it CEL? I don't remember what it was. Shoot, CEI? I don't remember what I had, guys. I'm so sorry. And let me just look on my phone. Hold up. Let's take a look. Alright, while I'm pulling this up too, is anyone... Okay, oh, CELO. See, I was close. So I'm holding this dude just because... Honestly, I was just following some like random tweet that someone like was talking about it. I was like, okay, sure, why not? Let's just do it. So I think it's this one, US dollar, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's that one. But I literally bought this one, and it was so dumb, guys. It was so dumb. So please, like, you know, trade at your own risk, buy things at your own risk, do your own research. I did not do that during this time. But my average position size on this one is literally $1.17. So I mean, we're not too far off. It's right here. It's not too bad, but I mean, my gosh. Oh wait, that's a little high than like 117. That's close enough. So I'm like right there. So we're close. I mean, you know, we're coming up there, nice and slowly but surely. So that'd be great if we can pump it to like up here, and I would like to sell it if it goes up this high. But I mean, right now this coin is literally just a shit coin for me, and it's not something that I really care about because I didn't put a lot of money into it. I also am holding XRP. If you guys are familiar with XRP, is this the right one? 34? Nope, that's not the right one. It should be right here, this one. So this one is one of those coins where it's just been kind of like stuck in a range for like the longest. So, I mean, as you can clearly tell, you know, like it's just been the same thing every time. But, you know, I'm holding quite a bit of these just because it's affordable, and Ripple has like more stance with the government and everything, and there's just a lot more backbone to Ripple, like the payment processors and everything. So I would like to hope that if like everything goes well with the lawsuits and the government, then maybe this can like rip up a bit more. But even then, like this is definitely more of a long-term hold. And yeah, that's all my crypto that I'm holding. So that's all of them that I wanted to cover. So let's just hope that it goes higher. Oh yes, let's go. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Let me see where I'm at right now. Let me see. Cool. All right. Anyways, so we are so close to hitting this thing, guys. We're so close. This makes me so happy. My heart is so happy. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about crypto because I don't know if you guys are bored talking about it. VR, how long have you been trading? I started trading the futures market on November, I think 28th of 2022. So let me see. Let me go back in time. 20. Let me go a month now. Yeah. It has to, I think it was either 20th or 21st of 2022. And the only reason why I remember specifically it was the end of November is for two things. So one I remember is because obviously Thanksgiving. So the market was, you know, closed for Thanksgiving Day during that time, and I think Black Friday. But it was, you know, it's Thanksgiving, so that's easy way to remember when I started. And then two, I had just got laid off from my corporate job during that time. Like I got the email that I was going to be laid off and everything, and it was a tough one. Yeah, I won't go on a too long of a tangent, but essentially over the last like couple of years, when I thought of like working hard, playing hard, it was always work hard so you can grow in the corporate ladder, and work for someone else and like just grow and make a lot of money that way, and be stable, and that's considered successful. So when I got that layoff mail, it was like a freaking punch to the face. I was like, dude, like what happened to stability? Like what happened to growing in the corporate ladder? Like I was working for a very public company, very stable from what it seemed. I just started there, and like I already got the layoff. So that's what happened, and that's why I remember when I started, because I had decided after like 2 weeks of applying for different jobs, 2-3 weeks of applying for different jobs and taking different interviews and about to lock in a different job, I was like, you know what, let me actually see if I have potential in the trading space, because before I used to just mess around and I did not take it serious. So this time I was like, okay, I'm going to take it serious. So yeah, I've been trading since, it's going to be 2 years by the end of this month. So yeah, really, really freaking stoked. Yeah. Are these prop trades? Prop trades. I'm not placing any trades right now, actually. Let me go ahead and go back to NASDAQ as well, just in case anyone's looking. Oh, so we didn't break the lower low. Okay. There's, let's see. Very impressed by your success and progress this year, Jess. Thank you so much. What would you say was your biggest turning point in terms of consistency? Ooh, honestly, I don't even know, like on the top of my head right now, the biggest turning point of my consistency. I think I would have to say one of the biggest points that impacted my trading and allowed me to have more consistency was when I like honestly sat down with myself this summer, and I did that really big challenge I set forth on my YouTube of trying to get, I think it was a $10,000 payout for, I think it was May or June. And, you know, like I hit the target, I made the 10K payouts. And then right after that in June, I hit like a bad drawdown period. Like I lost those funded accounts, and I posted a whole video about that challenge, passing it. And then I posted a video of like raw conversation about going in drawdown, and like how after having my biggest month, I went through some like really bad like trading psychology moments and all that. So during that time, I just sat down and I looked at myself in the mirror, like not physically speaking, but metaphorically speaking. Like I looked at myself in the mirror, and that showed me that I have what it takes to be like a profitable trader, and that all of the hard months and all of the good months, it paid off. It's paying off. And I was able to really prove to myself that anything is possible with trading. So by having like that honest conversation of like why I effed up and why I did good, and looking back at everything and like actually sitting down to analyze the months that led up to that month, and then obviously June of like having drawdown, I was like, wow, like there's actually so much more progress than I'm seeing. One thing that I used to do a lot, and that's why like I preach a lot about it now on my journal posts and sometimes in my videos, if you're following along, is not to focus so much on that one bad day or that one bad trading week, because it means something, but it's not everything. And so when I looked back at those months leading up to when I made over 10K in payouts and then having the drawdown, it's like, wow, like I had progress all the way through. Like I'm understanding more about my trading strategy. I'm understanding more about, the NASDAQ, because this is what I primarily trade. So my chart time and my screen time is starting to pay off a little bit. I'm knowing more about how I handle how much profits I can make in a day. And I'm also learning more about, like the things outside of trading to make me successful. So that helped a lot with the turning point in my consistency. And I believe only 3 months of this year is when I did not have a payout from a company. I think it was 3 months. I have to go back and check because I have a whole Excel sheet, but it's either 3, maybe 4 months where I did not get a payout. But for the months that I did have a 5-figure payout, those months obviously help with the months I didn't get a payout. So even then, like, it's been a pretty solid year, and I don't necessarily think that payouts are the only way to consider you're the best trader, because even if you get payouts, like what if you have a lot of expenses, right? And that's okay if you do. That's okay that if you have expenses and maybe you're break even on the year, and maybe you're still red on the year, like I think that's totally fine. Everyone is literally on their own pace. So I think the sooner you're able to kind of sit with yourself and be very, very, very honest about where you are, where you want to be, and creating that plan to actually execute on, like it'll push you so much further, like so much further. So I'm sure a lot of you traders already know about this too, and I'm probably just talking to like one person out of the many that are going to see this live stream. But like, just to answer your question, that was like a big turning point during the summer, reflecting on everything, like being honest about where I was, where I'm at, and then where I want to be, and just kind of building on that. It helped a lot. So I know a lot of people stress this thing that strategy is the number one thing to make you profitable, but it's not the only thing. Like there's so many factors that come into trading. Like you have to know your edge, you have to know your strategy, you have to know your risk, you have to know how you handle your emotions and how to manage them when you're in and out of trading. Like there's so much more to it. So just be honest with yourself, and I think you'll have a better understanding too of how you can reach a turning point with your consistency as well. So I really hope that helped. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it pushing. NIS and 400% up within a week for sure. Oh my god, I love crypto. 400% up in a week is crazy. Like my long-term portfolio is not even at 400%. That's so sad. But it's up, so I'll take it. Hey, what's up, Shoreshire? Hey, Shoreshire's from the Discord group. So good to see you, dude. Welcome in. Let's see, on your Twitter you said you had 2024 goal. Are you on target? Are you on track to meet that target? Yes, I am on track. That target was to have all of my income sources combined, and I've actually exceeded that number. So yeah, I'm very, 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 just very happy and very grateful to this humbling experience. So grateful. 2023 Jess, the beginning of 2023 Jess, would have never thought this was gonna happen, like ever. I swear to God, you guys, like all the people in this chat right now, I swear to all of you guys and anyone that watches the stream after the fact, I swear to God, 2023 Jess never thought this was possible, ever. And somehow, some way, in some beautiful, magical universe, in the multiverse that we have, I've been able to like flip my life around. And it really is possible, you know, like anything is possible. I actually, real quick before I get into the next like few comments I see here, I saw a quote on somewhere, not on somewhere. I think I was Googling about delayed gratification, and I'm that kind of person that likes different kinds of quotes, and only some that actually have impact kind of stick with me. One of them from before was like ignorance is bliss. So I used to like that one for quite some time, and that used to be on my like wallpaper and everything. Now it's my niece as my wallpaper because she's more important than the quote. But recently I came across a quote about delayed gratification, and it basically said, I don't know the person that wrote it or said it or trademarked it, but the quote was, you can have or you can get whatever you want in life, just not whenever you want. And I feel like that's so true, because if you put it in the most simple example possible in fitness, if your goal is to have a six pack overnight, like you you are able to get it. You can get that in your life, but you just can't get it overnight. You know, you can't have a six pack whenever you want. Like if you just snap your fingers and you get a six pack. So that quote just really stuck with me, and it impacts me where it makes you really think about the process for things, you know? Like I know maybe manifestation sounds silly to people, delayed gratification might sound silly to people, but in trading, like when you start as a newbie, some people don't turn profitable for like 5 years, 10 years. And some people expect to be profitable in like 6 months or like a year or 2 years. And like maybe it is possible for you. And I think if it is, that is so freaking amazing. And I wish I could be like that too. I wish a lot of traders could be profitable in 6 months or in 1 month. But being very honest with yourself and think about how much work goes into losing weight, gaining weight, being a profitable trader, being a teacher, being a partner to someone, like all these things, like it takes time to be good at that, right? So that's why that quote really stuck with me, because 2023, Jess, like I had nothing. 2022, the end of that year, like I just told you guys, I got laid off from what I thought was a stable corporate job. I ended up having trust issues with corporate America because of that. I was also going through some family stuff, and that like further put me on like some edge, and I just was not in a good place. So I just really stuck my head to the screens. I stuck my head to trying to build different digital businesses online in my free time. And I just stuck to it that I wanted to be a better person than where I was. I actually screenshotted this, guys, and I'm gonna make, like in the future when I hit like such a level of profitability in my trading, I want to make like a whole thing about it, because it's gonna be a movie to myself, where like I started from like shit, and I had nothing. I literally had like I have a car that works. Very, very grateful for my car that works. Goes to A to B. I had a roof over my head. Loving parents. I lived with my mom and dad at the time. Like I, very, very freaking grateful. But I didn't have like what a lot of other people have. Like I come from low income. So, anyways, not getting too teary about it. But I took a screenshot of when I had literally negative, like I don't remember how much it was. I think it was like negative 80 something dollars in my bank account. Like I think it was going to overdraft or something, or maybe it already did overdraft, but I had negative amount in my account. So it was like a low point. Like I was down bad, you guys. And like money doesn't necessarily mean it's not everything, but it just goes to show that if you like stick to something, whether it's trading, your fitness, sticking to trying to be a better person, sticking to a plan, and trying to just showing up for yourself every day, even if it's so hard, like it will pay off. Maybe not overnight like you want, maybe not in 6 months or in 1 year, but it will eventually pay off. And that's obviously if you're trying to improve if you're trying to improve over that course of time, but it will pay off. So again, like that quote, just you can literally get whatever you want in life. You can have whatever you want in life, but you just can't have it whenever you want. You gotta work hard for it, So, yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling about that. But I just hope you guys know, like, I'm literally just a human being on the other side of this camera, and some of you may have been in the same state as me. Some of you may have been in a much better state than me. But at the end of the day, like we're all humans. We all come from different places, and if you want something bad enough, like, you work hard for it, and it will happen. So yeah, cool. I think I went on a long tangent to kind of talk about, like, Shoshar's question, but it just, like, the money, like, reaching that was more to me than just making money. It's just proving to myself that I'm not a failure because I didn't fail or give up on myself. Like, I feel happy and I feel grateful and I feel humble and I feel successful because I didn't give up on myself. So yeah. Yeah, there's some people are in a rush to make money but don't take the time to learn. I definitely 100% been there. Still struggle with that every single day, because seeing, like, money in front of us is, like, so nice, and knowing that if you continue to make that kind of money, it keeps the 9 to 5 away. But yeah, it's it definitely is a hard one to escape from, but it's possible. It's possible to really make money in this space, with trading and like with just getting better with consistency. So Victoria, how far into your trading did you start receiving payouts? I started receiving, my first payout I ever received was from Apex. I think it was in July of 2023. I posted on my YouTube the first time I got my payout, so it was during that time. So yeah. So I think that's 7, like, about, like, 8 months or so, 8.5 months, give or take. I've come close a few times before that, like maybe June, I've come close, but that was more so like me rushing straight to get a payout. So this time, like, when I got the money from Apex, it was actually because I actually tried and I wasn't rushing it. So it was very, very exciting. I still haven't printed out that first payout. I need to print it out and frame it. Colin, favorite saying is, no one is coming to save you. It keeps you serious about making sure your process is right. I'm doing this for my loved ones, not me. Aw, you see, I love that for you. Like, sometimes when you see that your work that you're doing is bigger than yourself, it continues to motivate and inspire and push you to make sure you're doing the right things to make it happen. But I would have to say also, Colin, like, make sure you do, obviously I know when you make a lot of money, when you're a quadrillionaire, don't forget about me in the chat, but to also, like, enjoy your life too, because money comes and goes, and you're right, no one's going to come save you, and no one has your back. Well, people will have your back, but at the end of the day, you truly have your own back, and when your back is against the wall with no one to save you, the only way you can go is if you keep pushing forward, right? So I love that. Parappa, I get what you mean. You're so close to pass the combine, then went on tilt. It's okay, it happens. A few other traders in the chat have mentioned that too, so no worries. Just pick yourself back up, take a second, and it's just a rough trading session, but not a rough trading career. It's gonna be all right. You got this. Venkat, where do you think we'll be at open for NQ? I don't know, honestly. I mean, right now it looks like we're kind of consolidating a bit after we had a sweep lower. I don't know about open, but I went over my game plan, and either we get a sweep lower here and push into this imbalance. I would like to see that by the end of the week, or we have an ICT AMD where we have a sweep and then we push back up through this whole entire gap and push through all-time highs. Let's see. Thanks, Michael. I feel like because everyone's story is so different and unique, like I said earlier, some people have it better than me, some people might not have it better than me. It makes it that much more inspiring, because we all come from different places, Like, if I heard your story, I would feel inspired, If I heard TX's story, I would feel inspired. Whether you guys are in a better place than me or if you weren't in a better place than me, the fact that, like, we're all trying and we're trying to make this happen and we all come from somewhere, like, that's just so cool that we're trying to make this work, and maybe that's me being yellow on the color insights thing and being, like, excited or feeding off of emotions, but it's inspiring, like, seeing how people have changed their lives through trading. So hopefully you guys can see that, I did not come from money. I have never had a lot of money in my entire life ever. So, being able to see that it's possible and that you can really make money from trading, like, it just changes things. So yeah. Let's see. I won't give a specific number, seeing about how much I made in payouts in 2024 so far, but I've definitely made a high 5-figure number. So, yeah, I've made quite a bit, and I'm in profits with pretty much every single firm except for Take Profit. Take Profit. That's why I'm so determined to like just try to get the static and then build my way up like I've done with every other company. And instead of taking like a year or almost 2 years like Top Step, I started with Take Profit like not too long ago this summer, and I would like to see if I can control myself better to be able to, you know, obviously get to at least break even with the company before the year ends, or obviously in profits is preferable. So yeah, but my number one enemy that's preventing me from doing that is my emotional management. More so when I get greedy trying to make more money, it messes me up. And then when it comes to, so I'm distracted looking at this thing right now. Yeah, trying to make more money. So like greed and FOMO messes me up. And then risk management, where if I don't make it, no, not that if I don't make enough, but when I am in the red and I just try to get myself out of it, it's like knowing when I need to stop. Big enemy of myself every single time. I am not Filipino, I am Vietnamese. Shout out to my Asian people, you know what I mean? Let's see. What's the pivot indicator? Can you show, please? Yeah, I got you. Pivots. It's literally just pivots. I think if you look, I don't know how to look up indicators on TradingView. I don't know why I'm being so dumb right now, but it's pivots. This is how it looks like for mine. If you're getting same oh no, my YouTube. Oh, if I was like, if I was in a situation where I made the same amount from YouTube as I did with trading right now, which would I prefer? If I made the same from YouTube, oh my god, that would be so freaking cool. But I wouldn't stop trading, to be honest with you, and I wouldn't stop posting either, even then. So, I really like content creation. I really like being able to like have a community and network with people, and just do this. This is fun for me. This is something I've always wanted to do. I didn't realize that being in the trading niche would be how I start doing content creation. I always thought it was going to be from fitness actually, and I've always been encouraged to do content creation with fitness and build a personal brand, and like motivational talks. I've always been like told by people to do that, but I just never put enough effort into it. Whereas this is like, I love trading, and because I love content creation, I was like, oh, let me put them together. So if I had to pick one or the other, I honestly would pick both because I would keep trading and I would keep making content based off my trading. So that's the honest answer. If I was, you know, a gun in my head, God forbid, and I had to pick one, then trading. I would pick trading, 100%. I think, yeah, just they're both entrepreneurs like paths. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm winning. But if I had a gun in my head, God forbid, I would pick trading as like my revenue if I had the same as my YouTube. But my YouTube revenue is like, I don't make enough to be able to sustain a lifestyle with YouTube. I literally post because it's fun and because I get to meet people and because I get to document my whole journey. And when I look back at 2023, the beginning when I started, I'm like, God, I sucked. And now I still kind of suck, but not as bad. So I get to look back whenever I want for like motivation or for reminders and stuff. So this is cool. This is cool for me. I really like it. So yeah. How long did it take for you to become finally profitable? I think at this point, this is more like a chat live stream. It's not even anything else. I'm still working to be consistently profitable. But as far as like profitable overall for like companies, I mean, I started in November of 2022, like the last week or the second to last week. So, I mean, almost 2 years overall, since I got in the future space. So I hope that helps or I hope that answers your question. So yeah, if I didn't trade with Take Profit, I would definitely be in like more profits now than if I didn't trade with TPT. obviously because I haven't taken a payout with them, so I'm still working to make profits with them. But if I didn't trade with them, then I would be profits on the whole year regardless. So like I guess around summer, so like a year and a half ish, that's when I like started to become profitable. Yeah, I struggled a lot in 2023. You guys have seen my bad videos where I was going through some shit. Colin, literally the most this is literally the more enjoyable trading live stream I've tuned into. Great community here. Aw, thanks, Colin. Appreciate that, dude. I love our people in here. Honestly, like every single live stream I've had, everyone's been so positive, and like, come on, guys. Like, why we gotta be negative for? You know, like in general, like when it comes to trading, like some individuals have had some bad days where they either lost their eval or lost their funded account. So why would we want to put more salt to their wound? You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. Instead, like there's different ways people say things. Some people say things very direct. Some people say things very aggressive. Some people say it with patience, and some people say it with constructive criticism. And I think it's all how like it comes out, even though the intent might be the same. So at least within our community, everyone comes with the right intention, and everyone thankfully has said it with like a positive attitude too. So yeah, love our community. Definitely going to be holding more live streams, guys. And we're going to have multiple giveaways coming this month for November. So if you haven't subscribed, turn on your post notifications or follow me on Twitter. Make sure you do that because all those giveaways are going to come out very, very soon. I'm doing different prop firm account giveaways, and I'm doing a cash giveaway that I want to give to all of you guys. So yeah, I made some profits this year, you know, so I want to give some out to you guys. Let's see. Suddenly I have the urge to learn Vietnamese. Oh my god, I'm dead. I was about to say this stupidest thing, but I don't want someone to clip it and then use it against me, so I'm not gonna say it. But if you learn, let me know, because I struggle with Vietnamese. I can't even type it or write it either. I speak better Spanish than I do Vietnamese, actually. Isaac, what's your style of trading? I'm definitely more price action, but essentially I have like a few different confluences. To keep it very simple, liquidity sweeps, imbalances, and a play off of momentum. Very, very simple. I'll just keep it to that. Daniel, I don't have a video of my most like current strat that I use that explains how I do it and everything. I've talked about it in this live stream and in last week's live stream, just because it's not something that I like really care to like record. I know some people like ask for it, but just because of my like personal training experience, when I talked about earlier in the stream too, really quick recap, I learned from a lot of YouTube videos, and I also learned from one paid Discord group one or two, I think it was one, and then also from Trades by Matt. I pretty much just took everything that I learned, and it was a lot of information, but as I traded, it was a lot more trial and error, and I just feel like I'm more successful in that because I have a little bit less bias of like using how people trade and thinking that that's the only way. So when I started to do it myself and build my own kind of thing of what works for me and my trading personality, I just found it more successful. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of how I feel about that whole thing, and that's why I haven't cared to put any effort to create a strategy video. But please correct me if I'm wrong if you guys want something like that, because if you guys really do, then I would honestly consider it. But if you guys aren't like pushing for like a strategy video, then I won't make it, just because again, like it's not the top of my priority list. So I hope that made sense. I'm not trying to knock like your question or anything like that, but it's just not something that I think would be too valuable for you guys. But again, I could be wrong. So anyways, yep, Asian here too with emotional. Oh my god, TX. I love TX, you guys. I'm telling you, W in the chat, y'all. That is literally the best freaking TikTok video ever. Oh my god. Every time I'm like attacked in an argument, I literally say that, and me and my friends or whoever I'm talking to just start laughing, because like how can you continue an argument or like something serious if you say some shit like that? Oh, Lambra, you're Filipino. Hey, what's up? My Asian people unite. You see, last stream, we had a bunch of Asians. We had Cambodian, Vietnamese. I think we had Filipino in there. I think we had... I know we have Vietnamese. But either way, I was like, toxic minorities unite, you know what I mean? So, us Asian people are sticking together. I like your name, by the way, Lambra. That's kind of a vibe. That's a vibe. All right, so a few more comments. And if you guys have any more questions for me, though, feel free to throw it in there. I'm probably going to log off in the next, 10 minutes or so. Just so that I can wrap up this stuff. And then probably going to, get ready for bed. Oh, I need to have dinner. Oh, my God, it's 8:47. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I need to have dinner. I was supposed to have dinner, 2 hours ago, dude. Oh, God. All right. Excuse me. All right. Where was I at? Mahima, top zip for 19 bucks. Is that promotion still going on? No, so that promotion was, I think it was a few months ago, but no, it's not happening anymore. I'm not sure if Top Step's gonna have any more sales. From what I'm understanding from the company and what they posted on Discord and said on Top Step TV, they aren't really pushing for discounts. I'm not a partner with them anymore either. They actually cut back quite a bit on their partner program, even though I'm a big fan of Top Step. I think they're just amazing. Been around for a long time, and I still do promote them, even though I don't make anything from them, and that's totally okay with me, because at the end of the day, I trust the firm, and I think based on my experience, what I've seen from other traders, whether they're influencers or just regular traders that are not influencers, it's been really positive, and because of that, I would still continue to promote them regardless. I don't need to make a single penny from them, and I would still promote them. Obviously, it's November 11th, 2024. If anything happens, God forbid, but I do promote them because I think they're a great company, and they pay out, and can't go wrong. Just can't go wrong. So, yeah, they don't have any sale, but if you do want to pick them an account, I think the 50Ks are 49 bucks. I personally trade the 150Ks, and those are 149. There is an activation fee for every single account, though. It's $149, doesn't matter the account size. But yeah, $49 is still a pretty good steal if you wanted to give them a go. Let's see. Ace of Luck. Wow, 3 questions in one. All right, I got you. Let me do a speed run. How to create a personal account through NinjaTrader? I don't trade with NinjaTrader. Even though NinjaTrader bought Tradeovate, I trade with Tradeovate, and I do not use NinjaTrader. So I don't know if that was confusing, but I use Tradeovate, and it's very simple to create one. You can literally go to their website and sign up by simply following the steps. It's very simple. So that's the one that I use. I do have a personal account. I trade with Tradeovate. I'm actually planning to do, I don't know if I should even do it, because I feel like I'm going to have too much pressure, and I would feel so embarrassed if I mess it up. But I want to do a live account, live stream thing. So coming into December, I'm considering actually to do live streams Monday through Friday on a live account. And I'm probably going to start off around 5K and see if I can, just make some money from it. And I would probably put a cap on contracts and stick only with micros, and probably do max 5 micros, maybe even 3, and just go from there. So that's something I really want to do. But obviously, I'll post a voting poll to see if you guys want to do something like that with me. Yeah, just to try it out, because why not? A live account. I don't know a lot of live streamers that show a live account, everything, from when they buy and sell and stuff. And that's not, I'm not doing that stream to, I'm not doing that to try to prove myself as a trader. I'm not trying to make you guys follow the trades that I do or anything like that. I want to do it, to be honest, because one, I want to see how I can perform in front of an audience, because I know that even just talking to you guys, I'm not even trading, but talking to you guys, I get nervous, I'm not good at public speaking either, and I get shy, and I feel like it's going to affect the way that I trade. But I feel like if I'm able to become better at that, then I would be able to not only trade on my own time, trade in front of an audience, trade in different market cycles, but just kind of show to myself across the board that I have what it takes to trade. So, God forbid I lose that 5K account, but if I do, you guys will see it happen. So, yeah, that's something I want to do. So, we'll see. We'll see. First, I got to save up to have 5K. And then last question. That wasn't even a speed run. That was a long answer to your second question. And then your last one, will you go back to trading with Apex? I actually do want to go trading with Apex. One of my goals for Q4, specifically coming into my second year of trading, was to scale more accounts. But the goal right now for me is to first get TPT to at least break even, the static drawdown, and kind of grow from there, because I like Take Profit Trader's daily payout option. So, from there, I'll consider to maybe go back. I was thinking about buying some accounts this morning, just because why not? There's a lot of good opportunities, but I don't think I'm ready to scale more accounts. I'm already with My Funded Futures, Take Profit Trader, Trade Day, and Top Step. And I actually bought some accounts with Tradeify. So that's 5. Well, I'm pausing on Trade Day, like you guys saw my post. I'm pausing there because I took out a nice payout recently. I'm still in profits with the whole company, but because my focus is to get with TBT and bring that up, that's why I paused Trade Day too. So if I'm pausing Trade Day, I might as well pause Apex and pause everything else. So that's kind of where my head is at. I hope that makes sense. Oh, really quick, Colin, thanks so much for stopping in. Yeah, of course. I'm glad. I'm really thankful for your time. And thank you for your nice compliment earlier. I'm glad you are enjoying our community, and I'm glad that you're part of it. So, yeah. But anyways, let's see. Let's go ahead and go back to where we were. Okay. Lambra, Filipino, we talked about that. Stoic, Spanish might be easy for me to learn as compared to Vietnamese. If you learn even anything outside of what your main language is, kudos to you, dude. Kudos to you. I actually want to pick up Duolingo and try to become fluent again in Spanish, and then become fluent more in Vietnamese. But Vietnamese is so freaking hard. My mom and my grandma and I were talking the other day, and I kid you not, I was just asking them about how to say certain words, because just the inflection of your voice, and I think it's the accent, the little symbol thing, I think that's called an accent. Wherever you place it also, it can mean a completely different word. It could be spelled the same, but mean something completely different. Or how you say it, how high your voice goes versus how low it is, it also changes the word too. So yeah, Vietnamese is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. It's a tough one. Abdi, when did you start passing combines? Consistent with payouts, struggle with overtrading, and not enough conviction. Yeah, great questions. So I started passing accounts, oh my god, actually, it's been a while. I started passing accounts in 2023. If we're talking about passing accounts more with a strategy, then it had to have been later on in 2023, probably summer, maybe right before summer. Yeah, around that time. But before that, if I was passing accounts, it was me just more gambling. I was still trying to figure out my strategy, my edge, my everything. So I would have to say at least 6-7 months in, maybe 6 months, 6.5 months in, probably 7 months. And then as far as consistent with payouts, 2024 has been the most consistent. So 2023, I only took out, I think 2 or 3 payouts. I don't remember. It was 2 or 3. But it wasn't a lot, pretty much. 2023 was not a lot of payouts. It was very obvious I wasn't taking payouts either, because I was going through so much, and I was still learning, and it made sense, But 2024, I really locked in, and yeah, I definitely was able to make a lot more consistent payouts this year, for sure. So if you're struggling with overtrading, if you have the ability to lock yourself out with something on your platform, I would use the lockout feature. And then if you don't have that ability to, I know this is going to sound very easy and very simple, but it's so hard to do, and you just have to muster up the strength to do it. It's just literally just shut down your laptop. Just shut it down. If you're trading on your phone, just put your phone away. Put it in the opposite room or something. Just take away whatever ability you have to place trades. Take that option away, and just don't allow yourself to trade. So yeah, that's what I would say. I still struggle with it though, don't get me wrong, but yeah, you just gotta stick through with it so your future self can thank you. And then for conviction, having faith in your system, in your edge, is everything. So if you have a target that you're trying to reach, like, I know I'm a victim too for like taking partials, or like, not taking partials, for exiting early. But if that's the case, like, take partials instead of getting out completely, you know, kind of like taking baby steps to pull away. So, but mainly, like, if you have like the data that your performance, your journal post, your trading journal, your data, like, kind of establishes that your system works, then have faith in it, because you've proved to yourself that it works. So that will definitely help with building your conviction, and especially chart time. As you start to trade in the market cycles, I've only been doing this for about 2 years, about to be 2 years, but over the 2 years, like, there's some things that you just see that you can't unsee, you know, and it's just kind of, when you see it, you're like, okay, like, I know it's not that you know it's going to happen, but your mind has seen it before, and the market likes to repeat itself, you know? So, yeah. Okay, we're almost done with the comments, though. Almost there. Let's see. Rudy, I was introduced to you way back when you were in live chats with Chris and Lulu. Oh my god. Following you ever since. I'm super impressed, inspired, rich. Dude, that was such a long time ago. Dude, oh my god. Wait, Rudy, weren't you in the Discord group before too, with the Lilu group? I could have swore that I've seen your name so many times before too. And also in the live streams. Oh yeah, we used the live chats. So, wow, that's crazy. It's good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. And thank you for stopping in. Yeah, a lot of things have changed, definitely. The way my charts look, the way that I trade, the way that I hold myself, a lot more different. 2023 Jess would have never expected this. Mac, how do you deal with tax? Great question. I don't know. I actually don't know. So all I know is that, from what I've seen from other people posting on Discord, is you can possibly write your purchases on accounts and stuff as expenses. I am not an accountant. I am not a tax expert. So please talk to your person about this, your CPA about this. But yeah, from what I understand, especially if you have like a business LLC, like expenses and stuff, you might be able to do that. So yeah, hopefully I can learn a bit more about taxes and stuff. I think, what's his name? Forest Trader. He had made a video about taxes as a trader. So if anything, you might be able to get some more actual valuable information and insights from his video. So yeah, feel free to check him out for that. Daniel, how were you able to get your first payout? By sticking to the rules and trading. No, honestly, like, I just traded and took my base hits, took those runners and let them run, and yeah, like, I just stuck to what I thought was right for me during the time with my strategy, and it worked out. So yeah, I don't know how else to answer that. So yeah, dang, almost 12 a.m. in Canada, niece. You should be going to bed now. I'm actually going to be hopping off soon. It's currently 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in California, so I'll be hopping off in the next 2 minutes, once we hit 2 hours on the stream. So feel free to drop any more questions you guys have, because I'm more than happy to answer them. I think I've answered pretty much every single one that has came into the chat. So yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks, John. I'm so happy to see you here, and I'm just so happy to hear from you, and happy to know that you're still training and with Top Step too. I just hope you're crushing it, and I hope that you're taking some payouts and just doing well. I hope family's well. Hope you're well. So yeah. Let's see if any more chats come in. I'm gonna take a quick look at the charts, see if there's anything else for me to mark. Oh, all right, we got a couple more that popped in here. All right, my last 5 questions and I'll pop off. Let's see. Kay, Do you think market profile and levels is a good trading strategy for these markets now? That's a great question. I think if I think there's a lot of trading strategies out there. Let me start off with that. And you are able to make a lot of different strategies work. As far as the current markets we have and the way that it's been moving, I don't see why you can't continue to use market profile and levels as a good strategy, or at least part of your strategy. I think if you stick to what you know works for you, and you've proved to yourself that it works, then I think you should continue with it. But obviously, like if we're in a different market kind of cycle where, we are hitting all-time highs, like we don't know what's above that. We don't know if we're going to continue higher. We don't know if we're going to reject. We don't truly know. We could anticipate that we might have a bullish run because we have Trump in office now. That's a lot of people are speculating, especially with inflation already going down before he even gets into office, and all these really beautiful things. So considering all these external factors and how it may affect the market cycle, I still believe you could use market profile and these pivot points or like levels as part of your strategy. Maybe not by itself, but depending on what your strategy is. So I hope that answers your question. For me personally, I'll say that I will continue to use pivot points, and I will continue to use my levels as far as like, if we're talking levels like liquidity sweeps, like down here or right here, then I will continue to use it because I know it works for me. So yeah, I hope that made sense. But I do think you are able to make a good strategy from it and continue to use them with your strategy. Sukman, do you trade ICT? I covered this earlier, but long story short, you could consider the things that I use as part of ICT. I call them different though. Like I've always called these imbalances. So I use imbalances and I use liquidity sweeps. The main thing that I use that would be literally straight off of ICT's book is this AMD thing. But I was educated by a trader in the Discord group. I think it was Darian actually, who told me that this AMD setup was actually created long before by someone named Wyckoff. It's a different kind of thing, but I like how simple this ICT AMD setup looks like, and because it's simple, I use it. So whether it's Wyckoff or ICT, whatever, but at the end of the day, I use this. So this is like the main, I guess you can say, ICT concept that I use, where it's, we have more specifically on the downside, breaking lower, accumulation, we manipulate down for sell side, then we break higher for this accumulation liquidity sweep, we break over it, we retest it, break over it again for the next leg down that we had, and then we break higher to wherever the higher buy side liquidity was. I really like the bottom side better. I got to get used to this because since we are in all-time highs right now, I want to see if it's possible for this to kind of play out. But even then, like if I see something like this, I want to take it, and I feel like my heart is wanting to say that this is an AMD setting up right now. So yes, to answer your question, this is like the main ICT thing that I use. And I want to see eventually something like this play out where we, come into this range or whatever, and then we eventually kind of like zigzag, whatever, and then we break the sell side, break that. I want to see a manipulation down, and I want to see it come back up, kind of like do its thing. Sorry, it's because the chart's messed up, but something like that, So that's one of the ideas I was talking about earlier in the stream. All right. Do I have any promo codes for TopStep? No, I do not. I am not a partner with TopStep or an affiliate with them, but I do think they're a great company, and I still promote them. If you want to get an account with them, they are $49 for the 50K. I think it's $99 for the 100K, and then $149 for the 150K. So, yeah. Nathan, do I trade with Apex still? Right now, I am pausing on Apex. I'm already in profits with them on the year, just slightly above profits. So I don't feel like going back to them just yet, because my main focus right now is to first get to static drawdown with Take Profit Trader, and then work towards my first payout with them. So I'm just trying to stick with my current firms I have. and then go from there. Hey, what's up, Dom? Welcome in. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing well. And last comment of the night, Stoic Mail. I really like the Buffer and MFFU expert account. I love my funded futures as well. Like literally, my funded futures is the GOAT. Like I think they're just such a great company. Like you can't literally go wrong with my funded futures. The price is there, the plans are there, the payouts, how quick it is there, different style of plans are there. Like my funded futures is literally a GOAT. So let me actually pull it up real quick so you guys can see too. So Stoic Mail was talking about my funded futures expert accounts. And even, so I usually do the 50K because it's 165 and then I use like, you know, the discount codes, of course. So if you do get 55% off, it's like 156 or something. I've never tried the 100 or 150K, although I would love to try the 150K expert in the future. But even then, like the drawdown with the profit target, with no activation fee, with all of these, like this flexibility, such a great account, such just beauty. Also outside of the expert, like if you don't want to spend, or I'm sorry, if you don't want to go through an evaluation, the milestones, like you guys know, I've been loving the milestones lately. Someone commented asking if I only have milestones and if I don't have experts anymore. So that is correct. I only have 3 milestones. I do not have an expert anymore. I've already taken payouts from my experts in the past, and once they were gone and this milestone thing came out, I was already hooked to the milestones. The milestone accounts, I kid you not, are just really great options for straight to funding. Right now I'm on the 25K. I did a whole video about it when I was sick, but essentially with the milestone accounts, the return on investments on the 25K is insane. If you're able to reach all 4 levels of payouts, so all 4 phases, you get the most bang for your buck. Whether it was the 25% off or the current 15% off, it's the best bang for your buck. Now, if you're only doing one payout, like you can't reach phase 2, 3, or 4, then the best one is going to be, oops, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, where am I going? Then the best one is going to be the 150K milestone. So obviously it's a little bit more on the pricier end, right? 10% off of that's like what? Like $600 straight to funding, no activation fee. But even then, like, you know, once you hit the profit target of 9K, you get your, I think it's $3,000 payout, and you get a higher live account allocation. I think it's $8,000 once you reach, once you pass the 4 phases. But if we're only considering the first payout, this is the best return on investment. I think it's like 400%. If we're doing all four phases, all 4 payouts, the 25K is the best return on investment. But yeah, so I only have the 25K milestones. You can only have 3 sim funded at a time, and because of that, these are already considered sim funded, so I am not able to purchase any other account. I can't purchase an expert, I can't purchase any starters, I can't purchase anything else. And although that kind of sucks a little bit, it's totally fine because the milestones are literally just freaking the GOAT. And once I do pass the 4 phases, because that is my goal, and there's no if and thens, like I'm gonna make it happen, and I become a live trader with MFFU, or you know, I get the live allocation. I don't know if they're gonna combine all 3 together. I don't know if they're gonna combine the 2 of the 3 together, but at least I'll have an option for a live account which offers daily payouts as well. And I'm really excited for it because I've only heard really great things about my funded futures live traders environment, and just they pay out so fast, you guys. They pay out so fast, like within minutes. Some people got it within like 30 seconds. So like, this is not even me trying to promote them for you guys to buy an account, as far as like saying that they pay out fast or that these accounts are like the GOAT. I'm just being so honest with my experience from what I've seen on Discord, on Twitter, on everywhere. Like, they're just so good at what they do. So yeah, maybe that does sound like I'm super biased, because I am. I mean, I've gotten paid out from them. I've had no problems with them. I know I've had days where like my trades are very questionable and they still pay me out. There's been no problems. So yeah, love them. Let's see. And Slope meal, it gives extra drawdown and can trade higher lot sizes. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, on the experts, or I'm sorry, even on, yeah, the expert 150. Where? Yeah, 15 cons, like you have all the flexibility. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, love them. Excuse me. Tommy, I do not trade Asian. I only trade New York session. I've done Asian a few times in the past. I've lost more than I've won, so I just know that I don't want to trade Asian. It's too slow for me. They do pay out very fast, 100%. And so a user code didn't work. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if it's because, from what I understand, is the 5% is applicable to Plaid or ACH payments. I don't believe the 5% is applicable to like credit card anymore, or like anything outside of Plaid and ACH basically. So if you do purchase next time, whether you use my code or anyone else's code, just make sure you use ACH or Plaid just to ensure you get the 5% off. But if you are purchasing an account through like a promotion, such as like the milestones, if you use my code, you should still get the discount, whether you use Plaid, ACH, crypto, or credit card, or everything else. Like, you should still get the actual discount versus something else. I hope that made sense. But yeah, okay. And then last question for real, because I went 10 minutes over. So sorry, guys. From Nathan, take profit. You like or use? I do like and I do use. So with take profit, it's been a struggle. Like, I've passed and I've gotten very close to payouts. One time I actually twice I met the payout threshold, and instead of taking the payout, I would push to try to make a little bit more for a buffer, and instead I would end up just start losing the account, like losing profits and then eventually losing accounts. 2 times that's happened. So I know I have what it takes to be able to take a payout with them. I just need to like hold control and stop chasing so much profits. So that's why this time around, like I've been saying, like I'm going to try to take it slow and steady. As far as like, if I see something worth taking, I'm going to take it. I'm really good on base hits. So like, $200, $250, $400 wins, they add up very easily. And that's kind of what I'm going for, especially because on the funded pro take profit accounts, it is trailing until you reach the static drawdown, which is equal to your end of day drawdown, or I'm sorry, your drawdown amount. So I have the 150K funded. I have to make $4,500 total in order for the trailing to stop moving. So I'm at like $2,700 profit. So I'm a little less than 2K there before it'll stop moving. So once I get there, I'm going to take my breather and I'm going to just focus on base hits at that point to just try to grow a little bit more before I take a payout. Or I might even take a payout before I hit 5K, because once I hit 5K, I believe I'm supposed to move into a live. Well, that's based off of their FAQ page. I don't know if that actually happens. But I do like them. I really like daily payout options. Like, that really changes the game. You might pay a little bit more for an account for a daily payout option, and it might be a little bit more harder and challenging to pass. But with trade day, when I passed and took out those daily like payouts, I only did it a few times, but it just feels so nice, like you make $300-$400 in one day. You're like, okay, let me just take out half of it and pay myself, and then you could do the same thing the next day. So it's very, very nice to have that ability and that option, and just to pay yourself, to have real money coming to your account. So that's why I really like take profit and I really like trade day. What do you think of the consistency roll milestone plan? I know I'm talking about a few more questions, but a lot more people started to pop in actually into the live stream, so I don't want to like cut off the live stream while everyone's like popping in. But I think the consistency rule in the milestone plan makes sense. I mean, it's literally straight to funded. You're passing a whole eval stage, and it forces you to ensure that you're not going wildly gambling on how you trade. So I think it's reasonable, and I think it's definitely feasible to be able to pass the phases following the consistency rule. I mean, 20% of 1,500 is $300. It's very feasible to make $300 a day. And even if you make a little bit more, you just got to be consistent with it across the board. So 300 every day, 400 every day, 500 every day, even a little bit less, even a little bit more. Like, I think it's feasible, but that's mainly because I'm happy with base hits. Some people don't like base hits. Some people aren't comfortable with base hits. Some people can't do base hits. So in that case, it might not be maybe your go-to plan, but I really think that the consistency rule makes sense, and it's definitely possible to take payouts with the milestone accounts, even with the consistency rule. I mean, you guys have seen me do it. I'm already on phase 3 for 2 of the 3 accounts, and I'm on phase 2 for the other one. I need 2 more days on my phase 3 to take out another payout before I move into phase 4. So like, I'm literally a human being that like is proof that you could follow the consistency rule and take payouts. And there's a lot of other traders as well that are doing the same thing. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all. The one thing I don't like with consistency rule on other accounts, where like let's say you have a funded account and there's a 30% consistency rule, then it's a little bit harder because at that point you just went through an evaluation phase to pass it, and now you're in a funded account. Like you went through a much longer process in order to get paid out, versus this one, like you're already in the funded phase. So like I don't really have much to complain about because I didn't spend 1 to 7 to 10 days in the eval before I'm making actual money, or at least in a funded account, right? Because it might take you 1 up to 10 up to 30 days to pass eval, and then you have to do it again to build your way up to whatever profit target they need you to be at in order to take a payout, right? And you have a consistency rule. So at least with the milestone, you're in a straight to funded. You might have a consistency rule, but by the time you reach the profit target, so that's like $300 times 5 days is $1,500. Within 5 days, you're already getting paid out. So that's why I think I can compromise consistency rule with the milestones. Like it's not a bad deal at all. What laptop you use? I'm looking for one that is fast. I use a Mac. I have a Mac. I got you. I have a MacBook Air 2023 edition, 15-inch with the M2 chip. So I want to actually upgrade, to be honest with you, but then I kind of don't because my laptop works perfectly fine. I think I just like, shiny object syndrome. But I have a MacBook Air 2023, 15-inch with the M2 chip. I do want the M3 chip though, just because why not? But it's a good laptop. If you're looking for something that works well with Tradeovate and TradingView and even live streaming like I am right now, it's a perfect laptop for you. All right, 2 more questions. Are you still with TopStep? Do they refund your activation fee on XFA? So I don't know if you're new to the community, but welcome in. I am still with TopStep. I am about to pass my 5 combines. Hopefully I can pass it within this week. And no, there's not a refund on your XFA's activation fee after the first payout. They actually removed that. So I don't believe that's applicable anymore. Let's see. Tesla 1227. Let's see. How do you achieve so many payouts? I've only gotten 1 from MFFU, and for the life of me, I can't seem to reach my second one. I've been having a green and red day right after every time. No worries, Tesla 1227. So it definitely comes with the trading journey. I feel like with trading, comes in waves, like sometimes things click better than others. Sometimes the market cycle and price action clicks better than the other days. Some days your sleep isn't enough. Some days you don't eat enough. Some days you just don't feel like getting out of bed. So there's a lot of things that affect, I think, the way that you trade and the way that the market moves. So with that being said, it's totally normal to have like a green and then red, green and red, red and green, red and green. Like I've been there, and even worse, like I've got into a funded account and then I lost a funded account right after. Like I know a lot of us have done that. It's so normal. You take your sweet time to pass the eval, you get your funded account, and then you lose it in 1 day. Or vice versa, like you are super fast into passing your eval and then you lose it quick, your funded account. Or like you pass really quick, or it takes a long time to lose your funded. Like every single trader, like it doesn't matter who tries to look down on you or say something negative to you, like everyone has gone through that. So like I truly understand what you mean, and it's gonna be okay. The good thing is, even though it's red green, and if you still have your account, you're still able to manage risk really well, and that says a lot, to be able to still maintain your account even after you have red green like Christmas. So that's awesome. As far as like the payouts go, being able to achieve so many, I want to just say it was what I said earlier is just creating that, like being honest with yourself first about what you need to work on. Where were you before? Where are you like currently? And where do you want to be, right? Be honest, like put it all out, say it to the world, write it down, like whatever you need to do. Be honest. And then the next thing that I did that I talked about earlier in the stream was literally just talking about the things that I struggled with. Like let me actually minimize this. Sorry, guys. Okay. Be very honest about the things that you struggle with and things that you're really good at. And from there, like deviate, create a plan, and execute on that plan about how you can be better. I might not be the most consistently profitable. I might not be the biggest influencer or content creator or trader in the social media space. I may not be the most richest. I might not be the most best, whatever. But what I do know is I am 100% better now than where I was before, because of the fact that I took that time to like sit with myself, look at myself in the mirror, metaphorically speaking, and evaluate, customize a plan, and execute on that plan. I still have a lot of things I need to go through, a lot of learning things to understand about myself, about the way I trade, about the market. But I think once I did all of those things, I started to see a lot more consistency across the board. I will say wholeheartedly that Q4 has been one of my strongest quarters I've had. I know that I made 5-figure payouts in summer, so like in Q2, Q3, I've taken some payouts, some nice payouts there too. But Q4 just hits so much different. Like, it's not even the money at that point that matters, like with the consistency. Like, I know we're all striving and chasing to make money, and that's the point of trading. No matter what anyone says, even me, like I say, focus on the process rather than the profits. But no matter what anyone says, like, it's nice to make money from trading. That's the point of it, right? And so, because of that, like, money will come if you can execute on the plan that you've created for yourself, that like, only you know what you need to work on. Like, I can tell you right now, I can sit here and say, like, you need to work on your trading strategy. Like, the way that you look at those wicks, it's just not working out. Or like the way that you draw your pivot, or your liquidity sweeps, like, or I don't even know. The way that you draw your imbalances don't make sense. Like, I can tell you all these things and I could be 100% wrong, because at the end of the day, maybe your strategy works, but maybe it's just your emotional capital that is not allowing you to reach that next level. You know what I mean? So this is for all my traders out there too. In the stream, outside of the stream, like, everyone loses. Every single trader you've seen on the internet, every trader that you've ever known has lost money. No matter how much haters you have, how much negative people are going to, or how much negativity might get your way, and all that, like, only people from the top aren't going to say something bad for you, right? They're going to see you like, damn, this guy is on the come up. I remember 5 years ago when I was struggling to, make $50 a day. They're going to look at you like they're on the right path because they're trying, versus someone else that's like just envious, or they don't know what they're doing, or they just don't have something put together and they feel better but putting other people down. Like, that right there is where you need to draw the line, and know that only you yourself should be able to look at your flaws or things that need to be improved, and then be able to execute. Don't execute because someone else is telling you that you suck at trading, or don't execute only because someone is telling you that you need to fix the way that you draw your pivot lines or your wick lines. I hope that makes sense. I really just want to be real with you guys. I know I went a little bit of a tangent, but it's just these things that I don't think people talk about enough. And it's just simply that, like, payouts are very, very great. We chase money. We want to make money off of trading. That's just a fact, 100%. We want to change our lives. We want to change people's lives around us. But in order to start doing that, right, it's like you got to look at yourself and stick to your plan that you've created for yourself. Stick to, discovering what do you know that you need to fix on and all that stuff. So I really, really hope that made sense. This is something, like, actually a video that I wanted to put together. I couldn't figure out the words to, like, put it into a video. And usually when I do raw conversations, I do like 500 takes, because I have different ways of want to say something or whatever. So this is kind of like on the top of my dome, but I do find that it's very applicable to a lot of people, and that at the end of the day, like comparison is the thief of joy, So just customize that plan for yourself and execute on it, and you'll be able to get payouts sooner than you think. That's the biggest thing. So anyways, yeah, okay. Anyways, back to being from so serious. Let's go like chill a little bit here. How does MFFU pay out? Do you have to rise? For me personally, I use rise super fast. So if you are, I think, US trader, you are able to use rise. I think even international you can use rise, but really, really, really quick. Let's see actually their FAQ page. Let's look at it together. Pay. Is it this one? Oh, here, your first payout. Okay, here. So, RiseWorks. Yeah, it looks like RiseWorks is the main one. My bad. So yeah, it's RiseWorks. Okay. My year-to-date payout. Yeah, I do know what my year-to-date payout approximately is, across the board. Yeah, I just don't feel like publicly sharing it, but I will say that I've reached a lot more than I was expecting to, and I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen next. Q4 is not over yet either, so I decided to already like 2x my goal for Q4. So if I'm able to do that, then that would just be crazy to me, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But on the year overall, like with all of my income sources, very, very grateful to have reached my target and to have exceeded it. Just hard work and dedication and yeah, I'm very, very happy right now. Very thankful with that. So yeah, okay. JP in my state, Rise isn't supported, so do they pay outside of that? Oh, I actually recall on Discord they brought that up. Let me look for you really quick. And then I'll hop off. I know I keep saying that, but I just keep talking. Okay, let me look for you. Okay, so my friend with the issue with Rise in a state that doesn't work. So if you are living in Iowa, Louisiana, Minnesota, South Carolina, Vermont, and Washington, there was an email that went out about that it's restricted, but Fabio posted on Discord, My Fund and Futures notice board, that they're working hard to have bank transfer or ACH payouts available this week. So then you'll be able to hopefully, get paid out that way instead. So yes, you should be good to go hopefully by this week. If you aren't already on Discord, I would recommend to check out My Fund and Futures Discord and just follow the notice board, because that's where it seems they're going to post more updates on that. And if you're at it, you can follow the Trades with Just Discord server. Okay. Yes, My Fund and Futures does use Rhythmic, Trade of 8. They have Volumetrica, which is with DX Feed as well. So they have a lot of different options and a lot of different accounts. Stock Tiger, glad to know you're doing well. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I just hope that we all continue to freaking just crush Q4 and we set ourselves up nicely for 2025. But good night, take it easy. Okay, for me, any more last minute questions? I know I went over 28 minutes in this live stream that I was expecting to, but I'm probably gonna hop off if no one else puts in a chat thing here in the next like few minutes. Let's see. Okay, interesting. Alright, guys, so I just got confirmation. I just got confirmation from one of the firms that I am partnering with to do a big giveaway with. And it's essentially like, what I'm going to do in order to ensure everyone's like aware of, all this stuff, right? Logistics and everything. But also, I think it's going to be a great way to like allow traders to all like participate in this thing, in this giveaway. So hopefully, hopefully you guys are excited for it like I am. And make sure you, again, stay subbed and turn your notifications on, because the first video is going to go live about it hopefully in the next few days, and then the next one right after that. So you guys definitely don't want to miss out on this. I will most likely do the second giveaway right after the first one, and then the third one I'll probably do it simultaneously with the second one actually. So we'll see how I plan it out, but I'm so stoked. All right, here we go. All right, last two here, last two. So thank you, JP, for stopping in. Stoic Mail, have a good night as well. Appreciate you. And then Laquan, can you do more lives? Yeah, I got you. I'm definitely going to be doing more lives. I'm anticipating, for right now, I'll be doing Monday nights like I have been last week, this week, and then next Monday I'll do it again. And then probably the following Monday again. And then I'm probably every Monday I'll probably do a live stream if there's not like a holiday or a reason not to or something like that, or if I'm out of town. Outside of the Monday live streams, I do anticipate to do at least another one either middle of the week or maybe on a news release day, mainly because I perform very poorly on news days, and I feel like if I were to live stream, I'll hold myself accountable not to place any trades on my funded accounts, and instead, if I decide to trade anything, maybe put it on eval, and we could trade it together or something for fun, for entertainment purposes and everything. So I definitely will be doing more live streams, 100%. Coming to the end of Q4, going into 2025, it is going to happen, 100%. Let's see. Just want to say I've been watching you a while. Happy you found success in trading. Thank you so much, Nick's Trades. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm thankful for our community. I think our community has also grown a lot alongside me too. A lot of fellow traders in the community from the get-go were also like starting out, or also, starting to understand trading more, and they're starting to take payouts and killing it. So I love it. And let's see, John, thanks so much for tuning in. Good night. Good to see you. All right, let's see. Where am I? Kevin Sun, do you ever live stream your trades? Do you have Discord? I do not live stream my trades. I am planning to do a live account, a live stream though, where I might just show my trades anyways, because why not? That's gonna come in the future though. But as far as right now, I don't do any live streaming at all. Just this is the only kind of live streaming that I do for fun. I do have a Discord, to your question, because Kevin asked. It's in my description actually, if you want to go ahead and check it out. It's free. There's already like 300 members in there, which is so cool. And I'm thinking if we hit like 1,000 members, maybe even like a little bit more than that by the end of Q4, I might do like something fun, like a little giveaway in the Discord for all the members in there. So if y'all want to, go add yourself into there. If we get like 1,000 members, real members, not like mods or bots and stuff like that, maybe I'll do something fun there. So yeah, feel free to check it out. It's completely free. I'm not as active as I like to be, but again, coming in towards the end of Q4, probably like the beginning of December, when I come back from my trip, I'll probably be a lot more active, like across the board. That's my goal, like across the board, to be super active everywhere. Let's see. Tired Coffee, if I trade through tier 1 news and don't get an automatic breach, will my funded futures will they deny my payout later on? That is a great question. I personally have not been in that situation, so I'm not sure. I have not gone out of my way to look that up either, because I usually do stay out of news releases with my funded futures. With the milestone accounts, you are able to trade the news though, so I don't really have that issue. So that's also another reason why I haven't looked it up. But to probably get the best answer for you, I would just say to reach out to my funded futures customer support, because they'll be able to get back to you quickly and give you the most accurate information about that. I'm sorry, Coffee, I couldn't give you an answer. Steve does everything. Popped in, saw live for Asia. Yeah, just hanging out. Not trading. For gallons, milestone, I go for quick base hit. So I usually go for like 1-to-1s. I allow myself a few trades. So it really depends how much I make on that trade, right? So that helps. I also have static drawdown on my account, so that also helps. Most of the time I feel pretty confident, honestly, with my base hits. They just feel like a sweet little like bread and butter of my trading. So because of that, sometimes I'll go for like a quick like 10 points, $200, And then if I take a loss of 200, then I'm back to break even. I'll keep trading. If I hit like negative 500, which I haven't done that yet, thankfully, then I would go ahead and just wait for the next day. But I haven't gotten to that point. Or like negative 1,000, I haven't gotten to that point. I've always been able to like maintain way above that. So yeah. Let's see. Sylar. Awesome stream chats. Hope you do more of these. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Sylar, for stopping in. Appreciate you. Chill out. All right. Coach, chill out. Oh my god. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm already married to the charts. Like, do you see this? Like, hold on. I got you, dude. I got you. This is it right here. Shoot, hold on. Let me find it first. Oh, perfect. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. It's over. Like, I'm married, dude. Like, locked in. I'm locked in right now. Can I look? Can I just? No, I can't do that. Like, that's it. It's over. Like, I'm gonna be married to NQ the rest of my life until I pretty much die on my deathbed. That's it. Where is it, dude? Oh my god. I need to find it. Oh, perfect. Locked in. We are locked in, guys. Locked in. Okay. Is market slow December? I have no idea, Ace. I can't even recall last year's December. I'm gonna have to take a look. But given that we did have the presidential election, we'll see what happens, right? Because we're gonna be going into Trump's new term. And if he really means what he said about all of his business plans and stuff like that, then who knows if we're going to continue going bullish, or if we're going to consolidate, or if Jay Powell and him continue to bicker and argue and all that stuff, then maybe we go down. I'm not sure. So we'll see. But it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. So yeah. Sorry, I wish I had an answer for that, but I don't remember. I haven't went back to December last year to recall how December was. So Nick's trade says we usually have a Santa rally. Okay, sweet. So Santa's coming with the gifts of more gains and more bulls. So if that is true, then we're good. Okay. One last question. Where is the best place to backtest a strategy? So for me personally, the way that I've backtested so far is actually through TradingView. Most of the time I've been going through TradingView, I literally just go back. Like I have like I write a little note, not really on TradingView, on my trading journal thing that I have. And I pinpoint exactly what I'm trying to find. And so that's why I use TradingView, and I just go back in time and kind of do it that way. I also do it through Tradeovate because I have the market replay option there too. So if I'm looking at a specific session, like a New York session, I just use the market replay, and I'll, move it back obviously, so before it even goes forward. So yeah, I hope that helps. But yeah, TradingView and Tradeovate's my go-to. I've seen some people use forex replay, FX replay. I know Hannah Forex. I love Hannah Forex. She's so great. I believe she uses FX replay, and her charts look beautiful when she's like on that thing. So I might consider to actually pick up FX replay, but for right now, this has worked for me and I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah. All right. We have news almost every day. Which news do you avoid? Oh man, the one that I need to start avoiding is CPI and FOMC. FOMC, most of the time I lose. Sometimes I'm good. When we have a data point, like a data wick retracement, like I'm cool with that. Like I can trade with that. But it's when we have initial news release is when I mess things up, and it's just so dumb because I'm just so impatient. That's when I mess things up, So it's crazy. Like I wake up at like the 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time when we have like a release of CPI or PPI PPI, CPI, they mess me up. But I wake up at like the 5:30 mark without an alarm, just like naturally. And I think it's because my body knows I'm excited to trade. So it just wakes up. And so I just start trading. I'm not patient for the rest of the market to play out, during New York instead, where I'll have more opportunity and I actually trade better. So anyways, those are the main three. So the biggest red ones essentially. But CPI and PPI are way worse than FOMC in my opinion. So yeah, let's see. Unless we're, again, retracing for a data point wick, then it's not too bad. But it's when I have the initial release and I'm trading it, which is so dumb of me to do that, that's when it messes me up. So yeah. How do you keep yourself up when having a bad day? So that was one of my biggest focuses for Q4. This was something I wanted to keep more personal and low-key to myself. I didn't want to tell like our trading community about this Q4 goal specifically because I honestly felt embarrassed that I would have such like low days. And I've posted all on YouTube and even on Twitter, more on YouTube, videos and like written posts of when I had bad days. And you guys have seen it all, But I let some of the negative comments get to me, where it's like someone I remember said, oh, like watch, she's gonna blow this within one day. Like she's talking about all these profits, and then she's just gonna blow it all. And that kind of got to underneath my skin a little bit. And I'm human. Like I try really not to allow things to get under my skin too much, especially from the internet, because it's just not like the healthiest thing to do. But sometimes, like I'm human and things are going to get under my skin. So during that time, like that stuff kind of got under my skin, and I decided to keep this goal secret to me. And I didn't want to tell anyone that I wanted to focus on having a positive emotion even after a bad trading session. I know that sounds really dumb, but it just felt embarrassing. It just felt embarrassing to like post again and like talk about, oh, like I need to focus on having a better attitude after I have a bad losing day. It just didn't feel like something I should share. So anyways, I'm obviously sharing it now because I feel comfortable enough with doing that, and I feel like I've made a lot of progress with having this be a goal and just performing so much better since I did that. So to go now full circle back to your question, how do I keep myself up after having a bad day? When I set the goal initially, I literally just told myself if and then statements. Like, if I feel like I'm getting upset or tilted or sad or desperate or I'm about to cry, which, all of the above have happened before, then I will stop trading. Or if I'm having a bad trading session and I know it's going to affect my feelings and my attitude for the rest of the day, then I better not let it. Like I know that sounds really dumb, but I kind of tricked my mind with using if and then statements. I also considered how these if and then statements and my attitude was and would affect not only myself, the way that I feel obviously, and the way that I hold myself the rest of the day, but a lot more about who was impacted around me. So, I have friends, I have family, and over the last 2 years, like I've had a lot more emotional days than non-emotional days. Whether it was a big win or it was a really bad loss, like I've had emotional days. So I've let those emotions trickle into my attitude the rest of the day, and it was becoming a really big thing, and it was not healthy. Like I'm telling you right now, it was not a good look for me. I went through a very, very trying period. So this year it got a lot better, but Q4 specifically, like I have a lot of goals and expectations for myself, and even though it raises the bar, and even though it raises the pressure, and even though it raises my stress levels, I know that these things that I'm doing, this customized plan that I'm going to execute on, is only going to help me do better, So that's kind of how like I started to implement this if and then statements thing. This is how I started to kind of like tweak my brain to understand how I'm affecting people around me, and all that stuff, and even myself, and how I treat myself and talk to myself. Like it affects everything. So when I say I'm an emotional person, I'm an emotional person, I'm very big yellow on the color insights test. So that's kind of how like I keep myself up when having a bad day. I just remind myself that it's just a bad trading session. It doesn't mean I have a bad day. It's a bad trading session. It doesn't mean I have a bad trading journey. It might be a bad hour, but it's not a bad 23 hours to go, And then if I'm feeling really upset, then I'm going to let it go so it doesn't affect how I feel. If I'm feeling upset, I'm not going to let how it feel. If I'm feeling upset, then I'm going to let it go so it doesn't affect the people around me, right? And that is more important to me than like holding some type of like anger void in my body when I'm not performing well. So going back to the same thing I always say, I'm human though, and I know that I'm going to, oh, thanks so much, Coach Chill Out, I heart you, heart you too. Still married to the charts though, don't get it wrong. But thank you so much for the dono, I appreciate it. You didn't have to, but thank you. Thank you. It won't let me like it. Oh my god, what is going on with this thing? What in the world is going on? I'm trying to like it. Okay, I hearted it, I couldn't like it, I don't know why. But thank you so much, appreciate it. But yeah, I kind of lost what I was saying, but I just didn't feel like it was fair to myself and to the people around me, my emotional capital, my mental health, to always be so like feel negative, you know? Like, don't you get tired of feeling negative? Don't you get tired of being mad? Don't you get tired of being sad? And instead, don't you feel like just happy you're alive and just focusing on those things? Like, that helps so much more. So I hope that made sense. But yeah, I'm just gonna end it on that because I always go on long tangents for no reason. Okay. I try to make 12 points a day, but time things reverse and hits my threshold. It's like a feeling if I take profit, I notice it usually is a trend. Oh, I get you. I hate when I get stopped out and then it goes in my direction. Oh, the hardest thing is like not re-entering after it hits my stop loss too. Unless I have like actual reason to go in again, but it's so hard to not go back into it again. I only got 4 months experience in first payout was last week's top step, hence the reason to ask for the slow market. Oh dang, nice, congrats on your first payout, that's so exciting, especially with top step too. Let's go, only 4 months in, let's go, that's a win for you. AS. Which concept based you took Sasidhar, I'm not quite sure I understand your question, but hopefully I'm answering it when I say I'm a price action trader. And the primary things I use is liquidity sweeps, imbalances, momentum trading, and then, like I said, just based off price action, how a market moves. So, yeah. That's a good goal. Bad days happen to good people. A true blessing from God to be alive to trade another day. I ask him to lift those emotions and be positive. Exactly. You know, it's just one moment. But one moment doesn't define who you are. It doesn't define the rest of your anything, you know? So it's going to be okay. I had 2 bad days last week, Thursday, Friday. I posted about it, you know? I wasn't too happy with how I performed, and I took the weekend. Thankfully, we had Friday, Saturday off of the charts, or I'm sorry, Saturday, Sunday, and recuperate, come back Monday and hit the road strong, and, you know, did really well today. So yeah, I just, that Q4 goal was really just to not allow my bad trades, my bad performance dictate how I feel moving forward. So I think I've only had like 2 emotional days the whole Q4, and it was more recent because, well, maybe this is TMI, I won't say what it is, but you know, as a female, we go through things, and because of that thing, I get a little bit more emotional around that time, and that's why I know that's how I am. It's a very clear pattern for me every single month. So I'm gonna consider to not trade during that time to ensure I'm not like allowing my emotions to mess me up. It's low key kind of hard for me to control my emotions during that time, but it's gotten better. I mean, as you can tell, like only two emotional days during Q4, so it's not bad, but it could be better. Are you from Tibet? No, I'm not. Born and raised in California. I actually don't even know where Tibet is. I'm totally not geographically inclined. I'm so sorry. I am Vietnamese though. For managing risk, it depends on the setup and the trade. If it's a base hit, usually 1-to-1. Even a 1.5-to-1 is not bad in my opinion. But if it's a bigger trade, then obviously like 1-to-1, 1-to-2. Sometimes I get a 1-to-3. On ES, I tend to get like 1-to-3s, 1-to-4s, which is weird because ES is so slow. But I feel like sometimes trading it for bigger points is so much easier. So like risking 2 points to make 8, like I've done that a few times, and I posted that on my YouTube. It just feels good, you know. So it really depends on the setup and also on the instrument. Okay, last few ones, guys. I went over by another 15 minutes. Goddamn. How do you create your goals? Is it heavily depending on your current data? What metrics do you use to create realistic goals? So to start off, I will say that I'm not, if you're familiar with Color Insights, the color blue is very data driven. I have, out of all my colors, my blue is the very lowest, which is not helpful when it comes to the data in my trading and back testing. It's so difficult for me to actually collect data. It's so difficult for me to review the data, and it's so difficult for me to actually back test the data. So I'm much better, like, I don't want to say much better because I haven't even given back trading that much time, but I definitely forward test a lot more than I do back testing. The way that I kind of look at my data is more with my journals. So my YouTube videos for sure is a metric. The post that I write is a metric. I have a spreadsheet on the side that's also a metric for me to use. The current spreadsheet I have now is not the same one that I have listed on my Linktree, which is free, or in my description. That spreadsheet I have there is completely for free. If you guys needed like a spreadsheet or like a report card for yourself for trading, feel free to use that. I used to use both of those in the beginning of my trading career, like the first year, and then I stopped. And then I moved into something a lot more simpler because there's just too much going on for me there. So that's kind of how I have 3 different sources essentially, including forward testing, so that's 4, and a little bit of back testing, so I guess you can call it 4.5, that I use to really kind of gather my data and look over all of that. As far as my goals go and how do I create them, it kind of, I don't want to say it depends, but it also depends where I'm at. I'm trying to be better at creating more what you might call unrealistic goals. The beginning of this year, I had a goal of trying to reach over 6 figures in all of my income sources together. And at the time, it seemed really unrealistic. But thankfully, you know, like, very blessed to be in this position, I was able to reach my goal, right? And seemed crazy at the time, but obviously here we are, fast forward months later, and I was able to do it. So using that kind of framework in mind when creating my goals, I did the same thing with my trading. So with Q4 specifically, looking over the last few months of how I performed, taking consistent payouts, seeing more consistency overall with like slowly dwindling my emotional days, getting better at noticing things on the chart, executing, you know, obviously like slow, small wins lead to the bigger victory, as I've said before. So I use that kind of build up into my Q4 goals. And even though it seemed crazy for me to even put the goal that I had for this quarter, like I hit it, right? And now I'm going to be crazy and try to 2x it. I don't know if that's going to affect me in a negative way where I'm focusing on the money, but essentially I created my goals in that sense. Looking at the 4.5 sources of how that metric or all that data builds with my journey, and then over the last few months, seeing how consistent I've been with everything as well as payouts to build my current Q4 goal. For 2025, I don't have any goals created just yet. But I'm kind of excited to see what we can do, just because this year, like, I mean, I'm just really happy with how far I've come. So who knows what 2025 can bring. So yeah, hopefully I answered your question. Crucible, I execute primarily on the 1 and the 5 and the 15. Excuse me. The 1 I'm trying to get away from a little bit more. I kind of like the 5, and the 15 the most, though. Oh my god, excuse me. Hey Jess, can you go on long tangents? Oh my god, this guy. I cannot with you. I mean, I've been going on long tangents the whole time. I was supposed to stop talking like an hour ago. It's so bad. I don't know how, if everyone is still in here and you guys have been sticking around, thank you so much. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if you haven't already. And make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications so you're aware of when the giveaways are going to happen over the next week or 2. There's going to be multiple giveaways. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, of course, Kushik. More than happy to answer your question. Favorite prop firm at the moment? Coach, chill out. Literally, coach, chill out. Favorite prop firm? That's hard. I don't have just one. And I mean that. Like, that's why I have multiple that I've been trading with, because they all have like their own pros and cons, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you my current stack that I am like actively trading with, like active accounts. My current stack. I won't say which one's my favorite, but my active ones. I have, who do I have again? Oh, I have My Funded Futures, Tradeify, Take Profit Trader, and Top Step. The one that is currently on pause, because I'm focused on Take Profit Trader, that I've been talking about throughout the stream, the ones I'm paused on is Trade Day and Apex. So that's my active stack, and then the two that are on pause because I'm focused on trying to get TPT to static drawdown. Bruh, just thank you for your comment. Yeah, no problem. I love your name. Yeah, no, thanks for tuning into the content and for being supportive of the journey. I appreciate you. Difference between tipster and funded traders? Do you mean difference between Top Step and funded futures traders? Well, so Top Step is a prop firm. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question right, but Top Step is a prop firm. So you are able to get accounts with them, become a funded prop firm trader with them. And I do trade with them. I love Top Step. Pay out really quick, pay out very fast. Customer service is really fast too. And been around forever now, literally the grandfather of the whole space. So can't really go wrong with Top Step at all. If you're looking for a very trustworthy company, great place to go. Top Step is affordable too. $49 for the 50K, up to $149 on the 150K. And then the activation fee is $149 for any account size. So technically you're paying about $198 after the activation fee for the 50K, versus the 150K you pay up to $298, right? Because 149 times 2. So yeah, depends which one. Like if you also care about pricing, My Funded Futures, they have really great pricing for their accounts as well. Very competitive Top Step. A little bit more flexibility though if you are looking for that. Like their expert plans, I think the 150K we went over is like $375, right? If you take 5% off of that, I don't know what that is, but it might be a little bit more than Top Step, but you have a little bit more flexibility, right? There's no activation fee, no scaling, you use max cons. The payout as well is just literally 14 calendar days, so make as much money as you want, and you can withdraw everything up to the, I think, the buffer amount. So like there's some flexibility if you're willing to spend maybe like $50-$60 more after the discount. So definitely, you know, pros and cons to every company. But if we're talking price wise, you can also find competitive prices everywhere. AS, you should do live trades. I'd love to give calls. How you don't have to listen to me, be your own boss. Getting late. Oh, from East Bay. Yeah, what's up? Okay, thanks AS for stopping in. Appreciate you. Especially it is 10 p.m. I gotta hop off for real, guys. I have to eat dinner still. I was supposed to eat dinner 3 hours ago. My bad. But yeah, I mean, you know what? I am gonna be doing more live streams for sure, especially with live trades. Once I, you know, save up the 5K and get it going in December, I am going to most likely, like I'm like 85% there, like trying to lock myself in to do a 5K live account on YouTube, just because for entertainment purposes, like maybe max 3 to maybe 5 MNQ. We'll see, but we'll see. Maybe we could do like a fun entertainment live stream one where I'm also drinking while trading. Like that sounds fun, doesn't it? That sounds fun. Okay, anyways, I sound like an alcoholic. Right. Tired Coffee, a SoCal meetup. That would be kind of cool. I haven't considered to do one before. To be honest, like I've never considered to like host one before. So I mean, maybe we could do something like that. I have some friends across like the states and international and stuff like that, and that would be kind of cool if we're able to like actually meet up where multiple people can come together. So that'd be sick. Oh, Tick Trader. Ooh, so I used them actually 2023. But it was during the time where I was not profitable. I had no strategy and no edge and no trade psychology. So at the time, like when I was trading with them, really, really great freaking steal with their Express account. So, like I think they're really cool. I just don't personally trade them anymore. But they were the creators of the direct funded accounts. I think they're the first ones to ever start those. So to be honest, like I think they're definitely innovative in that sense. And I mean, a lot of people trade with them. I know Empire Steve, love Empire Steve. He's so cool. He also, before he used to trade with them, I'm not sure if he still does now. But yeah, I think they're a cool company. I just don't actively trade with them anymore since I stopped like the beginning of 2023. Yeah, and yeah, you're right. Top Step does have a practice account. And literally, if you feel any FOMO, don't want to place trades on your eval or your XFA, you can place it there. Yeah, what's up, Lizzie? Oh, I know. I need to go eat. Thank you for making it to the live, though. Oh my gosh, it's midnight over there, girl. You should be sleeping. But I appreciate you for coming in. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm so hungry though. I definitely am about to like call it right now. Like for real. Because it looks like we're starting to slow down on the questions, so that's cool. Coach chill out. Oh, you're from Cali too? Let's go. We got Cali people. We got West Coast in the building. Got a bunch of Asian people in here. We got some West Coast people in here. We got people from East Bay. We got people from Canada. Last stream we had people from Africa, which was so cool. Like, what did I say? I'm oh my gosh. I'm international. Freaking Pitbull got nothing on me. You know what I mean? Miss 305 got nothing on me. Hey, Houston. Let's go, Lizzie. That is so cool. I've always wanted to go to Texas. Always wanted to go. It's actually on my bucket list. So, if anything, if I come out there, Lizzie, I gotta make sure I hit you up, girl. I gotta make sure I hit you up. Because I need to know all the spots. You know what I mean? I need to just know all these things. I need to know your opinion about where's the best food, the best sightseeing places, the best gun range. I've never been in a gun range before. I really want to go. Okay, anyways. Let's see. But thanks, Lizzie, for coming in even so late. Lush UK here. Oh, shoot. We got New Zealand as well. Let's go. I'm telling you, Pitbull got nothing on me, dude. Oh, shoot. Mr. 305. See? Bro got nothing on me. Oh my god. Alright, cool. Well, Coach Chillout and AS are gonna go argue and do some fighting in the back for fun, while me and Lizzie are gonna go enjoy some time in Houston, get some food. No, but thank you seriously everyone for coming in. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully this stream was helpful in some way when it came to, the charting session, going over some of the crypto coins that we went over, going over my two primary setups, as well as my backup setup that I like to use, explaining pivot points and how I do it, who I am as like a trader, as well as getting to know me a bit more as a person, as a trader, my Q4 goals and all that, and then also allowing me to like get to know you guys a little bit more too, just having a good time in the conversations we have. Even, we had some people stick in from the beginning of the stream to the very end, and then Colin with a really nice shout out that we have a great community here, and I think that says a lot about the kind of people that are here. So hopefully you guys give yourself a pat on the back for just being positive and inclusive and stuff, and having a good time. And then lastly, shout out to Coach Chill Out for the $2 dono. This guy's crazy, I swear. No, but Oklahoma, let's go. Okay, Theodore, appreciate you. Oh my god, Sassy, I'm texting you right now, girl. Sassy, girl, I'm texting you right now, Sassy. I just texted you. Dude, it's so freaking good to see you. Oh my god, it's been so long. You literally freaking went MIA, dude. Which is fine, like I did that too. But goddamn, I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, dude, this year's been crazy. We didn't even have our meetup that we were supposed to have. Sassy, we gotta have it. Hopefully, maybe 2025 we can plan one. I think that'd be really cool if we could plan like a little hangout type thing. But yeah, text me when you can. Let me know if you're back in your hometown. Oh, hey, dude, girl, no worries. Honestly, yeah, go get some rest. Like, just text me when text me when you can. Like, it's no rush at all. So it's chill. No worries. I'm just so happy to see you, girl. Oh my god. Market whipped my ass, so I took a break. Yes, yeah, we'll hang out for sure, dude. We should get the whole crew together. Oh, I have to message back Jeff. Not Jeff from Momo, but um, too legit to quit. Oh my god, I forgot to DM him back on Twitter, dude. But anyways, yeah, dude, for sure. Let's connect for sure. Just because I freaking miss our conversations and all that jazz. Okay, yeah, bet. Sounds good, girl. Yeah, dude, the market's been crazy, so no worries. But let's catch up for sure. Go get some rest, and yeah. Okay, wow. Gotta pause the whole chat for Sassy, you guys. You know, she's the homegirl. Love you too, girl. No, you're good. Literally, this made me so happy. Like, I had all the OGs in here. I had good people in here. So like, I appreciate you, girl. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm gonna call it here. I do have a few people asking for Discord. Coach, chill out. Sasid Har. It's actually in the description. Let me just try to grab it for y'all instead. I thought I can grab it somewhere. Where is it? Yeah. So it's in my description, but I'm just going to post it here if you guys want to join. Completely for free. Like, just to hang out and stuff like that. I'm going to try to be more active in there. I've been a little in and out. But yeah. So feel free to join anyone that's still in the live stream right now or in the future stream or outside of the stream. Feel free to check it out in the description. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for coming in. For sure gonna hop off now. 3 hours and 5 minutes. Probably like 35 minutes of it was actually charting, and like another 15 minutes was literally going over like crypto, and then everything else was talking. So thank you everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night, morning, whatever time it is that you're in. Make sure you guys take a breather from trading if you need it, and just know the market's always gonna be here. And then finally, I want to say thank you all for your support. I know a lot of you are already clocking off, but thank you seriously, guys, for your support. It really means a lot, because having everyone in the chat, even right now, throughout the whole stream too, like, it just really shows that, you know, we're all just people. We're all just people trying to make it. We're all just people trying to find people that are also traders, and we're all like coming on our own path. And at the end of the day, like, things will work out if we literally set our mind to it, and we create a plan for everything, and it will work out. So thank you guys seriously for your support. I wish you guys nothing but the best and most success in all that you do. You guys know the usual, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, Rudy. Bye, Kevin.